Yes. Okay. Sure. That's you just let me know where the I won't start talking until yeah, gotcha.
special homecoming sales today at the main gates of Baker Stadium. You can purchase vintage green and gold football helmets. And there are also maroon scarves available for sale as well. Pick up your Loggers gear today at the main gates of Baker Stadium.
I'm one of the announcers. No, yeah, to Bates Tech. It's on YouTube. Bates Technical College is doing it. I'm not. No, I'm not a Bates. I'm working the game for Bates Technical College. I don't work for Bates Technical College. That's me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're Coach Thomas's dad. I'm John Hammergren. Nice to meet you.
Great job. We're just curious on the 12:25. When we click on and you come on the air, because there's no, it's like 15 minutes of silence.
Yeah, we typically don't go on where we talk until after the national anthem. That's typically how we do it.
So we hear all the background noise for 13 minutes or so, or 14 minutes. We're just curious, is that when you come on the air, or is that when you wait till like 1 o'clock?
We typically don't go on until after the national anthem. And as far as the background noise, we tried to mute it last time. I thought we did.
I think you may have.
But the first game we did not. And then this game I have nothing to do with the audio and everything.
We have like 4 cameras this game.
Yeah.
Something new. Is it a one-time thing for the 4 cameras?
I know Bates produced one of the basketball games last year. I don't know. I'm under the impression that this is the only time it's going to happen this season, but don't quote me on that. So I'm not 100% sure. So.
And the audio was great in the first half. In case you haven't been told this, halfway through the third quarter, it gets real fuzzy. And it's not like it gets fuzzy with one point, it gets fuzzy. You say,
It's been consistent.
Run up. It kind of echoes.
Oh, really?
And we have to wait it out, and then it gets better for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't.
Where's the typical?
We're usually on the other side.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we're usually on the other side, and I don't know. The equipment we use is over there, but I don't know if that's. I don't think that's with our equipment. I don't know if that's going to be with UPS's equipment because they feed us into their camera. I don't know what to tell you though with that though, as far as when it happens in the second half. The single camera's on the other side usually. Yeah. We've had 2 different ones. We had a one in the first game and we had a man in the second game. So it changes. I think this game should be good. They're going to have replays for this game. I think this game should be good. I can mention something to Gregor.
Your projected offensive starters for the Loggers. At tackle number 73, Michael Girardi. At guard number 56, Griffin Hartshorn. At center number 52, Tom Torregroza. At guard number 74, Isaiah Martinez. At tackle number 75, Braden Castleberry Taylor. At wideout number 11, Ethan Goldeisen. At wideout number 12, Colin Heimbach. At wideout number 23, Matt Maringo. At wideout number 4, A.J. Johnson. In the backfield, number 32, Duncan Morella. And quarterback number 1, Bernard Rutledge. Head coach for the Loggers, Jeff Thomas.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Yep. Yep.
What's that? How are you doing? Fantastic. I'm tired now. I sprinted, so. Hey guys, have you done it before? No. Okay. So hold one of each team. One standing on the scrimmage guy, and the other halfway between the guys on the side. Okay? Hold the dominant end in your right hand. It's whoever's on offense. And after kickoff, make sure somebody gets the ball. And the other person gets on the guard line and kick the ball to the I'll talk you through it. Basically, during the play, one guy where he is, near Charles, the other halfway between. Cool?
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if you are able and join us as we honor America with the performance of our national anthem, played today by the Puget Sound Pep Band.
Your fault. You.
My fault?
Your fault. Your fault.
You're right.
What?
It's my fault.
What do you mean your fault?
Just the two of us.
You're right, it's my fault.
We can make it if
Maybe both of us?
Maybe just you.
Just the two of us. Building.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me.
okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
And welcome, everybody. This is UPS Loggers football. The Loggers are taking on the George Fox University Bruins this afternoon here at Baker Stadium. UPS comes into the game with a record of 2-1 on the season. George Fox comes into the game with a record of 1-2. Today's live stream broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College. I'm John Hammergren. I am pleased as always to be here at Baker Stadium calling the Loggers football games. UPS, they are led by the quarterback, Murdoch Rutledge. He's a junior out of Everett, Washington. He's thrown 7 touchdowns on the season, and he's thrown 8 interceptions as well. So he's trying to limit the interceptions this afternoon. That's going to be the big key this afternoon between the Loggers and the Bruins. It's going to be the turnover battle. Whoever wins that turnover battle, you got to figure they're going to have a great chance to pull out the victory this afternoon. Of course, one of the big weapons for Rutledge is senior wide receiver. That's number 4. That's A.J. Johnson. He's got 35 receptions on the season. He's got 4 touchdowns as part of those 35 receptions. He's a preseason All-American. He's a tremendous, tremendous player. He comes out of Tacoma, Washington, and he's one special player that UPS needs to get involved in the offense to get going, to move the chains, to get the first downs, as always. It's homecoming day here at Peyton Field. The field is painted up. They got the end zones painted up. They've got the UPS logo at the 50-yard line. We got a fantastic crowd here this afternoon. It's very exciting here at Baker Stadium. The officials are on the field. They have spread out now. The coin toss was thrown. UPS and George Fox about ready to get going. This is the 6th time that these two teams have played. George Fox just started the program back up in 2014. Last season, it was a thriller. The final score down at George Fox was 62-48. George Fox came out on top. That is the all-time highest scoring game between these two teams. I don't anticipate that many points this afternoon, but we should see a very exciting game. George Fox, they're looking to try to slow things down. They want to have a balanced approach. UPS, they want to get that scoreboard rolling. They want to get points on the board right away. They want to move the chains, and they want to have a lot of action. UPS is going to be kicking off to start the game. To do the kickoff, that is Alex Everett. He is doing the kickoff duty here for UPS. Back deep to return. That's going to be Anthony Garcia. Garcia, he's got a punt return for a touchdown earlier in the season. The little pooch is going to end up falling and goes down to about the 19-yard line, where it's corralled there by one of the upmen there for George Fox. So that was a good idea there by head coach Jeff Thomas. He's told Everett, you know what, just do a little pooch kick in the air. We'll see what we can do. And the ball ends up falling down at about the 20, they call it the 19-yard line. That's where the Bruins are going to take over. So first down and 10 for George Fox. They like to run a balanced approach. They played 2 weeks ago against Pomona Pfizer. They won that game 26-15. They ended up throwing for 139 yards, and 126 yards is what they gained on the ground. Their quarterback is Jaden Sheffy. He's a sophomore. He's 6 foot. He's going to hand the ball off on this occasion and being met right behind the line of scrimmage there. A great stop there by UPS. Peter Ciari all over that one for the Loggers. Loss of 2, making a loss of 1 yard on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Bruins. Sheffy's their quarterback. He's a 6 foot, 189-pound sophomore. He threw for 144 yards 2 weeks ago against Pomona Pfizer, had a couple touchdowns as well. He's in the shotgun formation. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He's going to hand this one off again, and again another big stop there by UPS.
getting in on the stop this time. That's Keanu Songkwan. He's got 28 tackles, make it 29 tackles on the season after that one. We'll be saying his name throughout the entire broadcast. He's been a good player this year so far for UPS. So that's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 10 here for the Bruins. UPS would love a 3-and-out to start the game. Bruins trying to get the chains moving. In motion there is Anthony Garcia. Sheffy's going to drop back the pass under some pressure. Ball is nearly intercepted in and out of the hands of Jason Clayton. The pass was intended for Kenny Minnie there, and Minnie couldn't hang on to it. Great pressure there by UPS, and that's a tremendous start by the Loggers defense, forcing the 3-and-out, and that's going to bring on Jason Santoni. He's the punter for the Bruins. He averages 40 yards a punt on the season. He's a 6'6 junior. Back deep to return is Ethan Goldeisen for UPS. That's a good kick on the way, end over end. Goldeisen's going to fair catch this one at the 41-yard line. That is where UPS will take over at their own 41-yard line. And that's going to bring on the Logger offense. They have been tremendous all season long. They are averaging 295 yards passing through the air. They run for 81 yards a game, so they're at about 375 yards of offense per game. Murdoch Rutledge is the quarterback. When he gets rolling, look out. He's got an empty set here. He's in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to pass. He's going to find A.J. Johnson. Johnson gets the pass, and he's going to get near the first down markers to about in the midfield mark. So gain of about 9 yards. A.J. Johnson continues his tremendous 2019 campaign. Came into the game with 35 receptions after that pass. He now has 36 receptions. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 1 for UPS. Rutledge again in an empty set. He's got 3 receivers to his right this time, 2 to his left. George Fox is going to be rushing 4. Quick pass. This ball is going to be caught, and that's Duncan Varela with the pass. Matt Maringo with the reception. Matt Maringo is going to get the ball to the 37-yard line, and that's a 1st down for UPS. Nicely done there by Maringo. Maringo is often in the backfield, but he'll also step out, take a spot on the line of scrimmage, and try to get open for a pass. We have some movement at the line of scrimmage. No flag. Pass out to A.J. Johnson. Johnson looking to try to get outside. Ends up going out of bounds. Call it maybe the 32-yard line. Thought I saw some movement there, but no flags on the play. So UPS keeps on moving. 2nd down and 5. Ball spotted at the Bruins' 32-yard line. We have 12:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Rutledge takes 1 step back to the passes into double coverage. A.J. Johnson knows who he was throwing to. Ended up having the ball knocked away. Nice defensive coverage there by Justin Montijo with the coverage there for the Bruins. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for UPS. They're kind of in no man's land, so this might be 4-down territory. The team is looking over at head coach Jeff Thomas to see what he wants to run here on 3rd down and 5. 15 seconds on the play clock here for UPS. Rutledge again, empty set. 3 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Takes a snap, takes a couple drops, ends up being pursued. He's running to his right. He might run for with the football. He's going to slide out near the 27-yard line. It's right near the 1st down markers. It's going to be close, and the officials are saying, move the chains. That's a 1st down for UPS. Murdoch Rutledge, he will scramble. He averages 17 yards rushing a game, so when he gets the legs moving, he can cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he is 6'5", by the way. He's got some long legs. So called 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. This is the quarterback keeper all the way. Rutledge this time is going to get the football out near the 24-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 here for UPS. And on the stop there was 89 Garrett Bannister for George Fox. 2nd down and 7, 11:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Rutledge takes a quick look over at the UPS sideline. He's got 1 receiver to his right. He's going to go long here. He's trying to find, and he ends up getting the pass complete Once again, he finds Matt Maringo. Matt Maringo with another UPS first down. This one's going to be inside the 10-yard line to the 7. That's going to bring up 1st and goal. UPS going to make a quick change. They're going to bring in Nick Bernhardt at quarterback. So this is when UPS makes those quick changes. Nick Bernhardt's a 6'1 senior out of Danville, California. He's going to come in, and they're going to bring that tight formation in. But A.J. Johnson will be out wide to Bernhardt's right. He's going to be under center. They'll have Silas Washington behind him along with, well, they're going to hand this one off to Washington. He's digging the legs forward. He gets inside the 5. He's still pushing, and he's going to end up getting to about the 3-yard line. So Silas Washington with a 4-yard gain on the play. Washington averages just under 4 yards a carry, so that's pretty typical. He gets about 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal. Bernhardt's going to stay in there at quarterback. UPS will huddle this time. They don't do the huddle that often, but they're doing it on the inside the 5-yard line. 2nd down and goal, 10:30 in the first quarter, 15 seconds on the play clock here. Bernhardt's going to take his time. He's got Duncan Varilla behind him and Silas Washington right behind him in the backfield. He's looking to pass. Pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. George Fox saw that one all the way. Daniel Campos with the batted down pass. Campos has 3 sacks on the season. He's a linebacker. He saw that football all the way, batted it down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal. Ball is at the 3-yard line. We've got 10:16 remaining here in the first quarter. So Bernhardt's going to give a quick look over at the UPS sideline. Calls the play in the huddle. Still 10 seconds on the play clock. UPS has some time. Bernhardt's going to be under center. He's going to hand this one off to Washington. Goes up the gut. Silas Washington. Touchdown, UPS. A 3-yard scamper right up the middle for number 49, Silas Washington. Nicely done there by Washington. And a great start to the game for UPS. And you'll see the good, right up the gut there for Washington. Got hit behind the line of scrimmage and just went right up the middle. Got the in the end zone. Extra point is on the way. The extra point is good by Mr. Alex Everett. And with 10:11 remaining in the first quarter, UPS is on top of George Fox. 7-0. We'll take a quick timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's live stream is being produced by Bates Technical College.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Welcome back. 7-0. UPS is on top of George Fox. We have 10:11 remaining in the first quarter. That is Alex Everett about ready to kick off. Back deep to return is Anthony Garcia. Another pooch kick. This one's going to fall at the 35-yard line. Ends up being covered there by George Fox. One of George Fox's upmen, that is Chad Bletko, who covered the pooch kick there. So that's going to be pretty good field position here for the Bruins. They're going to get the football at their own 36-yard line. So Jeff Thomas is got to let it be known he's not going to let Anthony Garcia do any damage on the kickoffs. He has a punt return for a touchdown. He got it a couple weeks ago, 85 yards, so he's a very explosive player. That's actually a pretty good strategy there by head coach Jeff Thomas. So George Fox is back on the field. Their offense is back on the field. That's Jaden Sheffy in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand this one off. The ball carrier that time was Ethan Kassabaum. No gain on the play. So check that. Wesley Riddle was the ball carrier there for George Fox. So no gain on the play brings up 2nd down and 10. UPS defense, they got a 3-and-out last time. UPS offense came on the field, marched down the field, and got a touchdown. I mean, just when UPS is clicking, they are one tremendous football operation, and they are fun to watch. So Sheffy's directing traffic out there in the field. He's got 4 seconds on the play clock. George Fox has got to get this off very soon. They get it off with 1 second. There's a penalty flag on the play. And with the reception there, George Fox is going to get the ball to about the 42-yard line. However, I think this one's going to be coming back. Chad Bledko got the reception there for the Bruins. I think there might have been movement on the Bruins prior to the snap, and they're going to call an illegal shift. They're going to call an illegal shift on the Bruins, so that's going to back the ball up 5 yards to the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 15 after the penalty for the Bruins. But the UPS defense, they've hung it tough all season long. They gave up 24 points a couple weeks ago to Laverne. They gave up 17 points to Claremont NS to open the season. There was 58 points in there with Redlands, but that game included 8 turnovers, so you got to give them a pass. We've got movement up front again, and I think this time they're going to, well, we'll see what they do. They're talking it over. UPS was jumping the sidelines there, but it was anybody drawn off sides? We'll see. George Fox does not want another penalty here. They're going to call offsides. So Peter Ciari is the guilty party there for UPS. So that backs the football up to the original line of scrimmage out at the 36-yard line. So after all those both penalties, we have 2nd down and 10 from the Bruins 36. So George Fox is back in their standard shotgun formation, and again they're going to hand the football off, and again going nowhere is George Fox. Ryan Hickey right there to make the stop. No, going nowhere on that play was again Wesley Riddle. Wesley Riddle's gotten a couple carries on this series, and he's been unable to find anything offensively. And the UPS defense, in particular the secondary, they've been covering their grounds, they've been covering their receivers, and they've been bottling up the George Fox offense. Loss of 2 yards on that play. 3rd down and 12 here for the Bruins. Sheffy's in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap, takes a couple drops, passes to a wide open receiver. George Fox may end up getting some big play out of this one. The ball is going to end up still going. Kenny Minnie has it. He's going to get tackled at the 1-yard line. Kenny Minnie averages 68 yards a game on that play alone. He ended up gaining 65 yards. He goes, wow, 36 to the 1-yard line. 65 yards. It's crazy. Averages 68 yards a reception or for a game, and he gets 65 yards on the one play. Gets out to the 1-yard line. 1st down and goal for George Fox. So a big play there for the Bruins. And going right up the gut for the touchdown is the Bruins. And just like that, we've got a whole new ball game. Jaden Sheffy, quarterback, just kept it, went right up the middle, and got a touchdown for the Bruins, and we are 1 extra point away from potentially having a tied game. Extra point will be attempted by Jason Santoni. He is 3 for 3 on the season on the extra points. That extra point is good, and with 7:26 remaining in the first quarter, we are all tied up at 7. George Fox and UPS. It's 7 apiece. We'll take a timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's live stream is being produced by Bates Technical College.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo.
He does seem to have a lot of ideas.
A whole Avo bet full.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice toss.
Thanks.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Yeah, welcome back. 7-7 is our count. George Fox and UPS are all tied up here at Baker Stadium. Today's broadcast being produced by Bates Technical College. I'm John Hamburger and happy to be here. Jason Santoni will be doing the kickoff here for UPS. Back deep to return, Ethan Goldeisen and Michael Zabrin for the Loggers. And the kick is kind of end over end. It's going to end up being fielded out about the 7-yard line, and that's a tough break there. The ball ends up being corralled there at the 7-yard line. That was actually Duncan Varela who caught it and kind of slid and caught it, so he's down at the 7-yard line. So that's going to be not the best field position for UPS to start. That's a good kick there by Santoni for the Bruins. So UPS will take it over at their own 7-yard line. Last time they had the football, they just marched down the field and got the touchdown after a 3-yard touchdown run by Silas Washington. So the Loggers this time will have Rutledge in at quarterback. He's going to be in the shotgun formation in an empty set. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He's looking to pass. He's looking around, still scrambling. Still has the football. Looks like he's going to run this time. Ends up sliding past the 10-yard line. He'll get the football out to about the 13-yard line. So not a bad play there by Rutledge. Good coverage there by George Fox. Nobody was open for Rutledge, so he just took the yard what he could get. Ended up gaining 5 yards. So it brings up 2nd down and 5. We have 6:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Rutledge again in at quarterback. No empty set. Bruins are showing blitz. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. Rutledge passes this one off. Ball is caught by Goldeisen. Goldeisen will end up down at about the 20-yard line. Ethan Goldeisen with a nice reception there. Gets the football out to the 20-yard line. So UPS has a lot more breathing room now, which is good to see. And UPS, again, when they're in that shotgun formation, primarily with Rutledge, they will not huddle. They're in the hurry-up offense right away. They have 23 seconds on the play clock when they snap the football. Jewel Day catches it well behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to end up losing 4 yards on the play. George Fox not fooled at all by that play. Loggers unable to set that screen up and ends up losing, call it 3 yards on the play. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 13 now for UPS. So again, Rutledge in at quarterback. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Empty set. He's looking to his right. He's going to look back to his left. He's going to pass this one intended for Jewel Day. Couldn't quite get it under the pressure he was under. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and long for UPS. Good pressure that time by number 98, Skylar Rayburn. Rayburn on the season has 4 tackles for losses this season. He's a freshman too, so the freshman getting some production there for George Fox. 3rd down and 13 now for UPS. 5:50 remaining here in the first quarter. We are all tied up at 7. Rutledge this time has a receiver, one running back to his right. There is a penalty flag on the play. The initial signal is against UPS. We'll see what the call is. So false start is called against the Loggers. That's going to back them up 5 yards. That's going to make the 3rd down even more challenging. 3rd down and 18. They got to get to the 30-yard line. The ball spotted at 12. Rutledge looking over at the UPS sidelines for instruction. Still has 12 seconds on the play clock, so he's got plenty of time. George Fox, they are playing man-to-man defense here. So we'll see what UPS has in store for them. 5 seconds, they snap the football. Rutledge going to throw a screen pass there to Day. Day bounces off a couple defenders, ends up getting the football near the line of scrimmage. And we've got as you see the replay there, UPS unable to get beyond the line of scrimmage there. It's going to bring up 4th down. And that was Duncan Varela that ended up catching the play. And Duncan Varela is the player that he's on the field injured. He's moving slightly here, which is a good sign for UPS. He got hit pretty hard on the play. It might have been a play where perhaps he got the wind knocked out of him, perhaps, but he was bouncing off the George Fox defenders there, almost like a pinball, and took a couple shots, but ended up just getting back to maybe a yard gain for the play. It's going to 4th down and 17 is where we stand right now. We are all tied up here, 7-7 apiece. We have 5:26 remaining here in the first quarter here at Baker Stadium on the campus of the University of Puget Sound. George Fox 1-2 on the season. UPS 2-1 in the campaign. This is the Northwest Conference opener for both teams. As we mentioned in our pregame, UPS has won the previous 3 games. George Fox has won the previous 3 games. UPS has not won since 2015. So there's been some close calls. Last year they played, it was 62-48 was the final tally. A lot of turnovers, and that's really that's how George Fox likes to operate. They want to keep a balanced offensive approach, but they really want to win that turnover battle. And they will get a pick 6 here and there. It's what they've done before, and we'll try to see if UPS has any answers. So there's the shot there that Duncan Varela ended up taking, and he took a big hit there. He's still being looked at. He's sitting up, which is a good sign, but he did take a big shot there, and he's being talked to by the UPS medical staff at this time. And that's one thing, UPS, they've got a tremendous medical staff here. They've had all the years that I've been broadcasting games for UPS for 8 seasons, and boy, they take very good care of their players. And there's Duncan Varela walking off on his own feet. That's a good sign. You definitely always want to err on the side of caution. We do have 4th down and 17 for UPS. Alex Everett will be coming on to do the punting here for UPS. He is averaging 36 yards a punt. The returner for George Fox is number 22, Anthony Garcia. Garcia returned a punt 2 weeks ago, 87 yards for a touchdown for the Bruins. He was the special teams player of the week there for Northwest Conference 2 weeks ago. Good snap on the way. Kick is on its way. It's a high spiral kick that's going to end up it ends up going out of bounds near the 50-yard line. They're going to mark this ball at the 45-yard line. UPS coaches are not happy with where that ball was placed. It landed out of bounds, but it landed about 2 yards out of bounds. I was thinking it perhaps would go maybe to the 49 or so, but they end up spotting the ball at the 45-yard line, so that's a little bit of a break there for the Bruins. They're going to get very good field position at the Loggers' 45-yard line. Their last series, they were keyed there by a 65-yard pass play to number 14, Kenny Minnie, and then the quarterback, Jaden Sheffy, just kept it for a quarterback keeper touchdown. And we have a timeout on the field. UPS takes a timeout. We'll keep the action right here. So head coach Jeff Thomas saw something he didn't quite like on there. So 5:14 is where we stand. 1st down and 10 for George Fox. Today's broadcast is being live stream produced by Bates Technical College, which we are thrilled to be a part of.
Thank you, Bates Technical College.
UPS's defense had a tremendous stop their first series. The second series, they were about ready to make a stop again, and George Fox saw what they liked, and they ended up getting a big pass play, finding the tight end there, Kenny Minnie, for 65 yards. What kind of adjustments here will defensive coordinator Jeff Hausman make here for UPS? We'll find out. This time, Bruins are going to hand the football off, and I believe with the handoff there was Riddle met behind the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, that was Ethan Cassabaum, the ball carrier. Ends up losing 3 yards on the play. Peter Ciari in on the stop for UPS. Peter Ciari has made a couple tackles already this afternoon. He's having a fine campaign. 2.5 tackles for loss. Make that 3.5 tackles for loss on the season for Peter Sari. Tremendous start to the game there for number 99. 2nd down and 14. Called a 4-yard loss. So Sheffy in the shotgun formation. Looking to go long. He's got a receiver, and he cannot quite connect with Evan Nelson. Nelson was open, but the football was just a hair too long. UPS will take that for sure. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 14 for the Bruins. Jaden Sheffy, he's a sophomore. He looks over at head coach Chris Casey to see what head coach Casey wants to run here for the Bruins. 3rd down and 14. George Fox has got to get to the 35-yard line. Right now they're at the 49. Little pressure there that Sheffy was under. He can't get the pass complete. He was trying to find number 26, Justin Trimble. Couldn't get it to go. UPS, good pressure from the defensive front. They brought pressure all day long, and Sheffy has felt it all afternoon long, and that pass was incomplete. That's going to bring on the punting team for the George Fox Bruins. Jason Santoni, he averages 40 yards a punt. He's going to be back deep to punt. Ethan Goldison back deep to return for UPS. Good snap, a little bit of pressure, good kick. Ball is going to land at the 6-yard line, and it's going to end up going into the end zone. That will be a touchback. That will bring the ball back to the 20-yard line. Nicely done there by Santoni. Just couldn't quite get the football to land there at the 1-yard line, but good effort nevertheless. So UPS will take over at their own 20-yard line. 1st down and 10. We have 4:16 remaining here in the first quarter. We are all tied at 7 apiece. Murdoch Rutledge will be in at quarterback. He'll have an empty set. 3 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Last series for UPS, we did not call A.J. Johnson's name. We'll see if UPS tries to get the preseason All-American involved in the offense. Little movement up front, no penalty. A.J. Johnson does get the football right off the bat, and he gains about 5 yards on the play. And that's one thing that UPS is known for. When they get the football to number 4, A.J. Johnson, good things always seem to happen. He's a preseason All-American. He's had expectations. You know he's going to get the football, and no one can stop him from getting it. That's the sign of an excellent receiver. So Rutledge is going to go to A.J. one more time. He's looking for a block. He gets to the outside, gets a 1st down, gets near the 35-yard line. That will be a 1st and 10 for the Loggers. Nicely done, Rutledge to A.J. Johnson once again. And that moves the chains to the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10 for UPS. And they're not waiting around. They snap the football right off the bat. Little shoulder fake there by Rutledge. He's looking to pass this one, and he throws this one away in the direction there of number 34, Jewel Day. Pass goes incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for UPS. Ball spotted at their own 35-yard line. Rutledge again, empty set, 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He's in the shotgun formation. He takes 1 step back, scrambles to his left, looking to throw, finds A.J. Johnson. Johnson gets near the midfield mark. Another 1st down for UPS. A 13-yard gain to number 4. A.J. Johnson continues to have a tremendous game. He's having a phenomenal drive. 3 receptions already on the drive for A.J. Johnson. That spots the ball at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for UPS. George Fox showing blitz. They have a little movement up front, no penalty flags. This time they're going to go to Jewel Day. Jewel Day gets the football out to about the 45-yard line. Call it a 7-yard completion on the play. That will bring up 2nd down and 3. Nice to see Jewel Day. We'll call it a 6-yard reception. That'll end up spotting the ball at the 46. But it's good to see 34 Jewel Day get his hands on the football. 2:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Rutledge going to keep it, going to go right up the gut, and he's moved the chains. He's going to get the ball to the 41-yard line. Another 1st down for UPS on the quarterback keeper for Murdoch Rutledge. That was a quarterback keeper all the way. Rutledge just takes the snap, and he ends up going right up the gut. gets a key first down. First down and 10. Ball is at the 41-yard line. Rutledge looking over at the sidelines for a quick signal on what UPS wants to run. George Fox showing blitz. Rutledge takes the snap. He's going to pass this one off. Ball is going to be caught there by Heimbach. Gets out to near the chains again. That's going to be, I think, a hair short of the first down markers, but called a 9-yard gain. Rutledge to Colin Heimbach there. That'll bring up second down and 1 for UPS. The UPS offense, when they click, they can do it. They can slow it down, and they can hurry it up. It's really a beautiful thing to watch, because it keeps the defense off balance all afternoon long, especially when they bring in their other quarterback, Nick Bernhardt. He's gotten plenty of playing time. But in the meantime, Rutledge has an empty set. He's in the shotgun formation, second down and 1. He's going to go up the gut once again, and he's going to move the chains once again as he gets to about the 29-yard line. Another first down and 10 for UPS. A quarterback keeper all the way. Head coach Jeff Thomas said, let's move the chains, let's keep the thing going. And that's exactly what Murdoch Rutledge did. So again, empty set, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Rutledge in the shotgun formation is going to take a quick pass out to A.J. Johnson. Johnson looking for a block, gets met at the 20-yard line where he gets the ball near the first down markers. He ends up getting stopped there by Justin Montajo. Nicely done there by number 4. That's his 4th reception as well on this series. So A.J. Johnson having another big game here for UPS. Brings up second down and 1. Ball is at the 20-yard line as we have 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. Still plenty of time on the play clock for UPS. They have 16 seconds on the play clock. Rutledge again in the shotgun formation, and we have movement up front. So that's going to be a false start there on UPS.
False start. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty.
So Griffin Hartshorn, unfortunately, the guilty party there for the Loggers. That'll back the football up. That backs it up to the 25-yard line, so call it second down and 6. Rutledge again in empty set, shotgun formation for number 1. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Bruins are showing a little bit of blitz there. They're bringing some pressure, and the ball is batted down. A.J. Johnson was the intended receiver. Daniel Campos got his hands on the football. He's a linebacker. He's got 3 sacks on the season. He's batted down a football earlier today, so that's his second broken up pass as well. That's going to bring up third down and 6 now for UPS. Ball is at the 25-yard line. UPS has to get to the 19 in order to move the chains. Rutledge in the shotgun formation again. This time he has Silas Washington right to his right. He looks to his right. He's going to pass this one intended for Jewel Day. No penalty flag on the play. Good coverage there by Lucas Schwinn for the Bruins. That brings up 4th down and 6, and that ball at the 25-yard line, and ball's at it's kind of no man's land here. So it's decision time for head coach Jeff Thomas. It looks as though he's going to be going for it. Play clock is rolling. There's 25 on the play clock, but there's no hesitation by head coach Jeff Thomas. He's going for it. 4th down and 6. Murdoch Rutledge is going to be in an empty set. 2 receivers to his right, 3 receivers to his left. Rutledge in the shotgun formation. There's movement, and we've got a penalty flag on the play. That's going to help. That should be offsides there on the Bruins. We'll see if anybody drew them offsides, but UPS fans are responding like it's... Yeah, Caleb Dalzell, the guilty party there for George Fox. That will back the ball up to the 20-yard line. 4th down and 1, and again, head coach Jeff Thomas, no hesitation. He's going to go for it. We have 26 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. One thing to keep in mind in those short yardage situations, you got to look out for number 1 on the quarterback keeper. We'll see if the Bruins have a spy on that. We have more movement, and we have another false start, I think, that's going to go against UPS. Ay. So 5-yard penalty against UPS is going to back him up to the 25. And again, UPS, so it's the second time that both teams have had an offsides and a false start, and they've backed up to the original line of scrimmage. So here we go once again. Offsides on George Fox, false start on UPS. So again, we're back to 4th down and 6. UPS has to get to the 19. So this time, Silas Washington's going to be to the right of Rutledge. Again, he's in the shotgun formation. Washington's going to block. Pass is going to be caught by Goldyson, but he's going to be 3 yards short of the first down marker. And George Fox makes a good stop. They're going to hold. They will take over on downs. So the Bruins hold there as UPS gets the ball to the 22. All in all, that's pretty good. The one thing that UPS they're known for, they will move the football and they get the ball to the 22-yard line. They eat up a lot of time, so at the bare minimum, they give the defense a chance to kind of breathe a little bit, get a little refresher, if you will, as the Bruins offense comes onto the field of play. And with the handoff there, and again in a big run, that's number 8. That's Ethan Kassabaum. Kassabaum averages 33 yards a game carrying the football. He gained 11 yards on that play. Excuse me, he gained about 9 yards. Excuse me, that's going to be just short of the first down marker, so we call it second down in inches. And for George Fox, they don't have to snap the football. There's 10 seconds remaining in the quarter, 19 seconds remaining on the play clock. So we'll see if they decide to run a play or not. And that will be the end of the quarter. It is the end of the first quarter here at Baker Stadium. We are all tied at 7 apiece. UPS and George Fox will take a timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's live stream is being produced by Bates Technical College.
Keep in mind, we have special homecoming sale.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back, everybody. 7-7 is our score here at Baker Stadium. UPS and George Fox all tied up as we start the second quarter. I'm John Hamburger, happy to be here broadcasting today's game, being produced by Bates Technical College. George Fox just made a big stop there to end the first quarter. They have the football. It is second down and call it 1. It's about second down at 6 inches or so.
As we get set
Previous
for the
run
quarter
there
action.
by number 8, Ethan Kassabaum, got a 9-yard scamper right out the outside there. Bruins have the football as we change sides of the field. UPS Loggers defense, they've made a stop. They've made 2 stops. They've had one big play and then ended up getting a touchdown after the big play there by the Bruins. So Bruins have the football, keeping the football going right up the gut there. I believe that was Kassabaum once again. And that will move the chains as the ball is going to be spotted at about the 33-yard line. So that'll be a first down and 10 for the Bruins. Jaden Sheffy's the quarterback for the Bruins. He scored a touchdown earlier in the game on a 1-yard keeper. For UPS, they had a 3-yard touchdown run by Silas Washington there in the first quarter. That's where we stand. 7-7 is our count as the second quarter is just underway. So Sheffy, the quarterback, he's going to take the snap. He's going to fake the pitch. Ends up getting met there by UPS. And he ends up getting met by Ryan Hickey, outside linebacker. Gained about 2 yards on the play, did Sheffy on the play. Kept the football. Had the option there to pass this or to pitch it, but kept it for a 2-yard gain. Brings up second down and 8 for the Bruins. Sheffy's been in the shotgun formation throughout this contest. He's got a man in motion. That is Anthony Garcia. He takes the snap. He's under heavy pressure, and he gets wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. A UPS sack on the play. Once again, this one is done by number 22, Ryan Hickey. Hickey, several loggers got good penetration, and it was 22 Hickey that ended up wrapping up Sheffy for the big loss on the play. 9-yard loss on the play brings up 3rd down and 17 for George Fox. So a big play. Hickey's played a tremendous first half thus far. He's made several stops defensively for UPS. And you know UPS's defense would love to get another quick stop. So for UPS, they're showing a 3-4 defense here. Sheffy under some pressure, passes this one behind his intended target. Leon Johnson III was his intended target. Couldn't quite get to that one as it was well behind him. So nice defensive stand there by the Loggers. That's going to bring up 4th and long for George Fox. And that's going to bring on the punter, Jason Santoni, averaging 40 yards a punt. And this time, A.J. Johnson is going to be the returner. So we'll see A.J. Johnson. He doesn't do the punt returns that often. Duncan Varela did get injured earlier. The punt is a little low. Johnson's going to let it bounce, and that's going to take a Bruins bounce all the way down to the 26-yard line. So it goes from the 26-yard line to the other 26-yard line. A 48-yard punt there by Jason Santoni. That's where UPS will take over. 1st down and 10 for the Loggers from their own 26-yard line. Murdoch Rutledge, the quarterback for UPS, he's had a pretty successful day thus far. No touchdowns, but he's been successful getting the football to A.J. Johnson. Johnson with 4 receptions on the previous series alone. It's kept the chains moving. This time he's going to pass the football off to you-know-who. A.J. Johnson breaks one tackle, gets to the outside, and what would have been a 1-yard loss by A.J. Johnson ends up gaining about 7 yards after that initial hit. A.J. Johnson, you really can't arm tackle him. I mean, it's just, you have to, I mean, he's 6'1", but he is strong. You have to wrap him up, and you got to get some help as well. Rutledge, again, is going to pass this one off. He's going to pass this one, and the ball is going to be called incomplete. Little hesitation there by the official. The George Fox players were immediately signaling incomplete pass, and that was the incomplete pass. Pass was intended there to Anthony Ball. So Ball with the near reception brings up 3rd down and 4. Ball's at the 32. UPS has got to get to the 36-yard line. Rutledge in the shotgun formation. He does have A.J. Johnson right to his right. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Still 5 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. A little bit of pressure here by the Bruins. Rutledge scrambling to his right. He's looking to throw, ends up throwing the football out of bounds. Good coverage in the secondary by the Bruins as Rutledge had nowhere to go with the football, and that will bring up 4th down here for UPS. So Alex Everett's going to come on to do the punting here for the Loggers. Everett on the season averages 36 yards a boot. He did have a 50-yarder. That's his long for the season. Anthony Garcia back deep to return for George Fox. He's very dangerous back there. Punt is end over end. It's going to be fair caught at the 32-yard line there by Garcia, and that's where George Fox will take over. So nice defensive stand there by the Bruins as UPS goes 3 and out. But UPS, they had a good defensive stand in the previous series. They're going to look to try to match it once again. Ryan Hickey made a couple nice plays, including a 9-yard sack on the previous series. So UPS has done it throughout the game. Other than the 165-yard pass there in the first quarter to Kenny Minnie, the UPS defense has been really lights out all afternoon long. We've got 12:05 remaining here in the second quarter. 1st down and 10 for Fox, George Fox. As we have a flag on the play, Sheffy kept the football, and he's going to end up losing maybe 2 yards on the play. But we have a penalty flag. We'll see. The flag ended up going out of bounds near the UPS sideline. And the flag has not been picked up. It's still sitting there. I think it's just going to be a warning for the UPS sideline to back up, so that's going to be a warning on UPS. 2nd down and 12 for George Fox. Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. They got to get to the 42-yard line. Sheffy is in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun formation. We've got some whistles again as we have a timeout before the snap called by UPS.
UPS. That's their second and a half.
So head coach Jeff Thomas, he didn't like something that he saw out there, so he called a quick timeout to make sure he gets the right formation defensively. 7-7's our count. UPS and George Fox all tied up here at Baker Stadium. Today's broadcast being produced by Bates Technical College. Thrilled to have them here alongside. 7-7's our count. We have 11:35 to go here in the first half. Second down and 12 after that Sheffy 2-yard loss in the previous play. The UPS defense, they've been very good thus far. Other than the one, as I mentioned, other than the one big pass play to Kenny Minnie for 65 yards, George Fox really has struggled moving the football. On the other side, UPS opened the game with a tremendous drive, and that ended up resulting in a touchdown run by Silas Washington. But outside of that, the defenses for both squads have played very well this afternoon. That's a beautiful day for football. A few clouds out in the distance, but October 5th, you got just fantastic weather here in Tacoma, Washington. You gotta love it. Sun has come out. Second down and 12 for George Fox here. 11:35 remaining here in the first half. That's Sheffy. He takes the snap. He's looking to go long. He's looking to find number 4, and number 4 makes the reception. That's Leon Johnson, the third. Big reception there for George Fox. Ends up gaining 40 yards on the play, and a first down and 10 for the Bruins. Moves the chains. Leon Johnson is a freshman. He is 6'5", and that was a great play by Sheffy and a great catch there by Johnson. Sheffy knows what he's got there. He's got a 6'5" wide receiver, so he just kind of throw the football up there and said, hey, go get it, and Johnson did just that. So first down and 10. Bruins will hand the football off, and bouncing off a couple players there is Anthony Garcia. Garcia's still going, ends up going to about the 25-yard line, call it the 24-yard line, 6-yard gain by Anthony Garcia. That will bring up second down and 4 for George Fox. Tackle made there by Zach Meyer of UPS. Jaden Sheffy in at quarterback again. The Bruins will take their time. They will huddle. That's the one thing that the Bruins want to do. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they want to win the turnover battle. There's been no turnovers thus far in the contest, but the Bruins are winning the time of possession battle. A handoff again, this time to Garcia, and this time he's going nowhere. He's going to lose a yard on the play. Nicely done there by the UPS defense. Xavier Hedner in on the stop for UPS. So they will call it. They'll call it no gain. That's going to bring up third down and 4 as both teams makes a couple substitutions. Third down and 4. Play clock shows 12 seconds. George Fox again taking their time, and you got to figure this may be. We don't want to jump the gun too early. This may be 4-down territory, although Santoni, he's kicked it from pretty deep thus far in the season. A lot of pressure there by UPS. Sheffy gets to the outside. He's going to get a first down, and he ends up getting inside the 15-yard line. Sheffy saw the pressure and just scrambled out and ends up getting a key first down. He ends up getting stopped there by Brody Perriman. But Sheffy just didn't see what he saw and scrambled right out to the left and got hit at about the 13-yard line there by Perriman. And we have a UPS player that's down at about the 30-yard line. But that's going to get the ball to the 14. That'll be a first down for the Bruins. From there, Corbin Lawler is the player that is injured for UPS. It appears that they're working on his leg. That was great pressure there by UPS, but Sheffy saw the pressure coming and scrambled out to his left, and he had a lot of space out to his left and ended up moving the chains to get the ball inside the 15-yard line to the 14-yard line. Lawler, he's a 6'1 sophomore out of Interlake High School in Bellevue. He's walking on his own power, so that's a great sign for UPS. Hopefully 44 is able to continue later on, but he looks pretty good walking back to the sidelines there for UPS. So George Fox has the football, first down and 10 at the Loggers' 14-yard line. Sheffy again will be in the shotgun formation. He's going to have number 22, Anthony Garcia, right next to him. He's got two receivers to his right, and don't forget, he likes to use his tight ends as well. He's going to hand this one off to Garcia. Garcia tries to find an opening up the middle. He's going to be met at about the line of scrimmage, and the line of scrimmage ends up getting pushed about 2 yards. So a 2-yard gain there by Garcia. They'll spot the ball at the 12, so call it second down and 8 now for the Bruins. A couple substitutions for both squads. That's one thing that George Fox, when they huddle, it gives both teams opportunities to make the substitutions that they want. And the Bruins are all about ball control. They are all about winning that time of possession. They are all about trying to get turnovers. They want it to be a grind-out affair. They want that 2017 type game. Right now, we got it. Right now, it's 7-7. Sheffy's going to keep the snap. He's going to take it up the middle, and he's going to wrap up inside the 10. They're going to spot the ball at about the 8-yard line. Stop made by Dwight Jackson, number 2, with the good stop, wrapped up the feet there of Sheffy. That was a great play by Jackson to hold Sheffy there to about a 3-yard gain. So call it third down, maybe a 4-yard gain. Call it third down and 4 for George Fox. Ball is at the 9. Yeah, ball is at the 8. They got to get to the 4-yard line. Snap on the way to Sheffy, looking to his left, doesn't see anything, scrambles to his right, goes back to the left. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to get wrapped up for a big loss. And once again, it's number 2, Dwight Jackson with the stop. A huge stop. That goes from being a kind of a chip shot field goal. Now you're looking at 4th down and 12. The ball spotted at the 16. That's going to make it a 33-yard field goal attempt here for Jason Santoni. Santoni, he's 1 for 1 on the season. He hit a 48-yarder earlier in the year. This is 33. Clean snap, kick is on its way. The kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good. So excellent kick there by number 90, Jason Santoni, from 33 yards out. And it was 7:06 remaining here in the second quarter. George Fox is on top of UPS 10-7. We'll take a timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's live stream broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Severe weather can destroy a home in seconds. There's no time to think, only time to act. Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. It can be the difference between losing your possessions and losing your life. Just ask the owners of this house. Visit ready.gov for ways to prepare your family for emergencies.
10-7's our count. Colin Heimbach is back deep to return for UPS. He gets the football out near the 30-yard line. Great return there by Colin Heimbach for UPS as he gets the football out to the 32-yard line. That's where UPS will take over. So nice return there by 32. He gets the football out to the 32-yard line. That's where actually they're going to call it the 33-yard line, so even better for UPS. That's where UPS will take over. Down 10-7 as George Fox on a little bit of a run. They've scored the last 10 points in the football game. UPS started the football game, made a nice stop, and then marched down the field, got a touchdown, and George Fox scored 10 straight points. Jason Santoni with a nice 33-yard field goal. Murdoch Rutledge is in at quarterback. He's got nice time. He's looking to try to find somebody. He does find somebody. Good catch there. That's Matt Marengo getting the football near the 50-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 48-yard line. A 15-yard gain on that reception. Rutledge finding Marengo. Nicely done there by the UPS offense. When Rutledge has that much time, when he's got enough time back there to essentially eat a sandwich, he's going to find somebody, because asking the secondary to contain the UPS wide receiving core is asking a lot. The UPS wide receiving core may be the top-notch receiving core in the Northwest Conference. So 6 seconds on the play clock here for UPS. Rutledge this time is going to hand the football off to Silas Washington. Washington met behind the line of scrimmage, might have got back to the line of scrimmage. George Fox not fooled by that whatsoever. That will bring up second down. They will call it a loss of 1, so second down and 11 for the Loggers. And it's one thing that's we've talked about it a little bit. UPS, they're good at running their plays quickly, and they're good at milking the clock and trying to milk the clock and take time off the clock. Right now, they're trying to eat up some time, trying to give the defense a little bit of a breather, if you will. So Rutledge, with 8 seconds on the play clock, still has time to snap. Rutledge in the shotgun formation takes the snap with 4 seconds under some pressure, passes the football off in and out of the hands of the intended target, Matt Marengo. Marengo had it, couldn't quite hang on to it. Tough break there for UPS. That's another thing that Rutledge is known for. He throws the fastball, as they say. That time, the pass had a little extra zip on it. Marengo unable to hang on to it. So that'll bring up third down and 11 for George Fox. The Bruins able to get some nice pressure on Rutledge. 5:28 remaining here in the first half. 10-7. George Fox is on top. Rutledge under some pressure. Scrambles to his right. He's got a lot of green in front of him. He gets hit. The ball goes out of bounds near the first down markers. There is a penalty flag in the backfield, and that penalty flag is in the area where it's usually holding. Holding is the call against UPS. So that's going to back him up 10 yards. That is a tough break. Rutledge took a big hit there at the end of that run as well. Got the football near the first down markers. It would have been decision time for head coach Jeff Thomas, but all for naught after the penalty. Third down and 21. That backs the ball up to the to the 37-yard line. Third down, 21. 5:10 remaining here in the first half. 15 on the play clock here for UPS. Silas Washington is to the left of Rutledge. A little bit of pressure there by the Bruins. Rutledge spinning around. He's got to throw the football away. Instead, he's going to take a huge hit. That football might be live. No one's blown the whistle. No one is, well, are they going to say, I think they might say that Rutledge is down. So they're going to stay incomplete pass on the play. That is a big break there for UPS. No intentional grounding. That would have been a monster loss by the Loggers. That's a play where Rutledge has to throw the football away. He just threw the football away at the last second there. And there was a Logger player in the area of the receiving, so that's a big break there for UPS. So fourth down and long. That's going to bring on Alex Everett, the punter, and that will bring on Anthony Garcia, the punt returner for the Bruins. Good snap on the way. Everett's got time, gets a good kick. The ball is going to bounce at the 30. It's going to take a UPS bounce. Gets inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line. That'll end up being a 42-yard punt by Alex Everett. That's a good punt there for UPS. They will take that. Bruins will take over at their own 15-yard line. So George Fox is going to take over at their 15-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bruins. They got a field goal on their last series. It was a 33-yarder by Jason Santoni. Jaden Sheffy in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand this football off. Going to hand the football off to Wesley Riddle. Riddle's going to get maybe 4 yards on the play. as he will get the ball past the 20-yard line, call it the 21-yard line for George Fox. 4:20 remaining here in the second quarter. 10-7, George Fox is on top. Today's broadcast being produced by Bates Technical College.
38.
Called a 5-yard gain on the previous play. 2nd down and 5 for the Bruins. Ball is spotted at the 21-yard line. Jaden Sheffy into the shotgun formation is going to hand this one off once again. And that time going nowhere. Ethan Kassabaum, as there's penalty flags on the play.
Ethan Kassabaum, the ball carrier.
We'll see what the penalty flag is about. No gain on the play. Officials talking things over. Penalty was in the secondary. That's where the penalty's thrown. We'll see what they call.
Illegal substitution on the defense, 12 on the field. 5 yards from the previous spot. That results in a first down.
So UPS ended up having 12 players on the field, so that's a big penalty for UPS. 5 yards, but that'll get George Fox another first down as that moves the ball to the 26-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bruins from there. 3:40 remaining here in the first half. Handoff there, that time to Riddle, not going anywhere. He's going to end up getting wrapped up by UPS. Nice stop there by Kyle Peter. Unable to go anywhere on that field, whereas the Bruins a loss of 2 yards on the play. So Kyle Peter got some good penetration there for the Loggers. Got behind the line of scrimmage and dropped the Bruins for a 2-yard loss. That's a good play defensively for UPS. They will take that. 2nd down and 12. The clock continues to move. 3 minutes now is what's remaining here in the first half. 2nd down and 12. Empty set there for the Bruins. Sheffy's looking to go long. Gets hit! He did a pump fake. He wished he would have got rid of the football. A big hit by UPS. A big stack by number 65, Hayden Bauman. Hayden Bauman, number 65, with the big stop. Sheffy had the pump fake, and it was a strong pump fake. You typically don't see a quarterback give that strong of a pump fake, and I think he wanted to throw it, but didn't. But thought of it a second time and said, no, thank you. That's a huge loss. Ended up losing 9 yards on that sack. It goes from 2nd and 12 to 3rd and 21 for George Fox. And the Bruins don't like what they see, so they're going to take a timeout. We'll keep the action right here. 2:11 remaining here in the first half. UPS, they only have 1 timeout remaining. Now, one thing about the UPS offense, they don't need much time. If they get the football back, even with 90 seconds left with 1:30, they can still do some damage with that. But we'll see if head coach Jeff Thomas uses a timeout if George Fox perhaps just runs a quick run here to try to keep the clock running. 3rd down, 21, 2:11 remaining here in the first half. Bruins are on top of the Loggers 10-7. Today's broadcast being live streamed, produced by Bates Technical College. Jaden Sheffy didn't like what he saw in the previous formation, so he called the quick timeout. Not a bad timeout for George Fox. UPS, they get a quick chance to get a quick little breather. Ball spotted at the 15 for George Fox. They've got to get to the 36-yard line. Empty set for the Bruins. Sheffy's in the shotgun formation. Snap is good. He scrambles to his right, goes back to his left. He's still behind the center. He's under some heavy pressure. Ends up getting tripped up at about the line of scrimmage again. Nicely done there. Dwight Jackson, number 2, in on the stop. He comes away with the football, but the officials are right on top of it. They're saying that Sheffy was down. So a good defensive stand by UPS. And Loggers, they take a timeout, so head coach Jeff Thomas uses his last timeout to stop the clock. 1:58 remaining And as I mentioned, UPS, they don't need much time. They can run their hurry-up offense, and when I say hurry-up offense, I mean hurry-up offense. They can snap the football and before you can snap your finger. They really move the football really quickly. We'll see where they end up with the football back here, but the Bruins will be snapping from their own 14-yard line. You got to figure UPS is going to end up with the football around the 50-yard line or so. Ethan Goldeisen is going to be back deep to return for the Loggers. Jason Santoni is the punter for George Fox. He averages 40 yards a boot on the season. Good heavy pressure by UPS. The kick is end over end, and it's going to bounce at the 45, goes to the 50, and will end up going to the Loggers' 47-yard line. So call it a 39-yard punt on the play for the Bruins.
39-yard punt. No return.
So UPS has a minute and 50 seconds to work with here. And for UPS, that's plenty of time. They already have it at the 47-yard line. You got to figure they're going to try to get A.J. Johnson involved in the offense, but don't forget about Heimbach. Heimbach and Jewel Day are two receivers. They'll go long occasionally. And George Fox has to have an answer for them. So this time Bernhardt's in at quarterback. He's going to pass this one off, intended for A.J. Johnson. Bernhardt was in the shotgun formation. And I look over the sidelines, and Murdoch Rutledge, he has his helmet off, so it didn't appear he got injured on the previous series, but Bernhardt gets a lot of action. Pass on the play was incomplete on that play. 2nd down and 10. Bernhardt again in at the shotgun formation. The empty set, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Bruins are showing a little bit of a blitz here. So plenty of time on the play clock, 13 seconds. Minute 45 remaining in the first half. Bernhardt's going to take one step back, going to pass this one off. Pass is complete, and I believe that was Colin Heimbach with the reception. So Heimbach with the reception. Now the clock is moving, no first down, so they don't stop the clock to move the chains. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Call it a 9-yard gain. Bernhardt with the football. Clock is moving. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Pass intended for A.J. Johnson, and it's nearly intercepted by Justin Montajo. So, minute 19 remaining here. 4th down and 1. Decision time here for head coach Jeff Thomas. The ball's at the 44-yard line. And UPS is going to go for it, so no hesitation. 119, 4th and 1. They're going to bring in that tight formation here. Bernhardt's going to be under center. He's got Silas Washington right behind him. He's going to hand it off to Washington. Washington goes right up the gut, gets the 4 yards, gets a first down, moves the chains. And UPS, they got to go back to work right away, because once they get that ball set, the clock's going to start moving. Bernhardt's going to stay out there. He's in the shotgun formation. 1st down and 10. Ball is spotted at the 41-yard line. Clock is moving. 1:04 remaining here in the first half. Bernhardt takes the snap, takes a couple drops. Going to pass out to A.J. Johnson. He's got an open field. He gets him one block, gets out to about the 15-yard line. That will move the chains. It stops the clock again. 1st down and 10. UPS ball to the 15-yard line. Nice play there by the Loggers. Bernhardt right back in the shotgun formation, takes the snap. He's going to pass this one again to A.J. A.J. gets the football out near the 5. They're going to call it about the 7-yard line. Another gain. Clock is still moving. 35 seconds remaining here in the first half. 2nd down and 2 from the 7. Call it the 7-yard line. Bernhardt is in the shotgun formation, takes the snaps, takes a quick look, passes this one. Pass is nearly intercepted there in the end zone. A.J. Johnson was the intended receiver. Good coverage there by the Bruins. Bradley Thurber was in on the coverage along with Justin Montillo for George Fox. 3rd down and 2 for UPS, 23 seconds, so you got to be very careful. You do not want to take a sack. That would be the absolute worst. You want to try to get the 1st down if you can. Otherwise, you got to move really fast. Pass intended there, I believe. there was a little bit of contact. Pass was intended for Colin Heimbach. No penalty on the play. The pass goes incomplete. There was definitely contact there. No penalty flag by the officials. They thought it was okay. So 4th down and 2, 19 seconds remaining. It appears that UPS is going to go for it here. And you can see the contact there on the replay, and officials are saying that's okay. So 4th down and 2, UPS is going to go for it. Bernhardt's in the shotgun formation. He's got Silas Washington right to his left, 3 receivers to his right, and 1 to his left. He's going to A.J. Johnson on his left. A lot of contact, and the pass ends up being intercepted in the end zone by George Fox. Abe Smith got the interception here. Double coverage there. Smith comes in. Nice play there. And A.J. Johnson kind of goes into the defensive back and makes a tackle there in the end zone. You kind of figured that pass was going to go to number 4, and it did. Unfortunately, George Fox, they knew what was coming as well, so they were on top of it. So interception there by George Fox. We have 14 seconds remaining here in the first half. You got to figure the Bruins will probably just take a knee here. Well, we'll see if they run a play. 1st down and 10 for the Bruins from their own 20. And actually, Sheffy's going to pass this one off. And he's under pressure. He's still scrambling. He ends up getting hit. That's going to be a 3-yard loss on the play. Nicely done by Hayden Bauman again. Call it a loss, and that's going to be the end of our first half. So that is halftime here at Baker Stadium. UPS and George Fox, it's the Bruins on top of UPS, 10-7. We'll take a little timeout here. 10-7. George Fox is on top of UPS. This is Loggers Football. Today's broadcast being produced by Bates Technical College.
It's one of the best schools that you can go to actually do hands-on learning. Teaches you the skills that you need to actually jump into the industry.
So when I seen this studio that you guys got here, I was overwhelmed. I said, nah, this is what I want to do.
The best thing about this experience has been that I've met a lot of people that have my same interest.
Bates gives me the opportunity to expand on a lot of things I'm interested in.
This morning I just did a show and I did camera work, and that is awesome day.
And when I leave here, I'm going to be prepared and ready to work in the industry.
You're not sitting in a desk. Teachers are exceptional.
There's not a lot of programs where you have a working television studio that you can learn in. The instructors are longtime veterans of the field. They know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about.
One thing that we're hearing from people in the industry is that what we see is a lot of amateurs that know how to do a few things but don't know how to do a lot of things well. When you come to Bates, what we hope to do is to teach you how to do those things well.
There is no other program like our program. We do hands-on learning all the time. We do live sports all the time. I don't know of anybody else that a student can actually go in and on the first week be going and doing a football game and working on cameras and directing and producing, and gives an opportunity for students to be able to do that stuff and do it well.
I've been very successful with the students that I have hired from Bates.
There's qualified people coming out that have technical knowledge.
People come to Bates looking for recruits. Hands-on experience is very important. The fact that people come.
We're on the field with Puget Sound head coach Jeff Thomas. Coach, last year against George Fox, over 100 total points. This year, not as much offense for either team. What's the difference between this game and last year's game against George Fox?
You know, so far we haven't done a good job of finishing inside the 20. That was a terrible play call by me there at the end. Need to put our guys in a better position. Last year we really came on strong at the very end of the second quarter, and then the second half is when AJ had 4 of his 5 touchdowns. So I wouldn't say it's going to be low scoring for long, but you know, credit George Fox for doing a really good job in the red zone, and we've got to do better.
You guys have been moving the ball pretty well in like the first set of first downs. What do you need to do to continue moving the ball, reach the end zone?
You know, when you get in the red zone, the the field compresses on you, and we're just not doing a good job of our reads being out quick enough. So I need to change up what we're doing slightly and put us in a better position to finish those drives.
Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, John.
Thank you, Gregor. So here we are. It's 10-7. George Fox is on top of UPS. We are at halftime here at Baker Stadium. Loggers have moved the football, as Gregor mentioned, with head coach Jeff Thomas, but unfortunately they've been stopped a couple times. Stopped at the end of the half there inside the 10-yard line as George Fox was able to get the interception there by Abe Smith in the end zone, which essentially ended the first half. But UPS has done a good job. They got this first 3 and out for against George Fox to open the game, and it continued after that. They marched down the field, end up getting right into the end zone. Silas Washington scored on a 3-yard touchdown run, 7-0 to start there for UPS. George Fox responded. 65-yard pass was the key play on their first series, as they ended up finding Minnie for a 65-yard pass, and then Sheffy ended up running the football from 1 yard out for to tie the score there at 7 apiece. And with 7:06 remaining in the first half, Jason Santoni hit a 33-yard field goal for George Fox, and that's where we stand 10-7. Bruins are on top of the Loggers. It's been an exciting first half thus far, and as Gregor mentioned with head coach Jeff Thomas, completely opposite of what we saw last year when they ended up scoring over 100 points. 62-48 was the final score last year. 10-7 is where we stand right now. UPS is hanging in there. They will get the football to start the second half as well, but we will take a little bit of a timeout in the meantime. From now, we will have all the second half action for you as well, so you got to stick around for that. It's homecoming. We got a great crowd, a great atmosphere. We're going to take a timeout, though. This is Loggers football. Today's broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
Got a quarter?
Founded in 1940, Bates Technical College is dedicated to being a leader in hands-on learning. Our classroom settings reflect the workplace, providing students with opportunities to practice and develop skills to levels required for successful employment. Bates offers 2-year Associate of Applied Science degrees and certificates. The college maintains articulation agreements with several 4-year universities, making some of the college's degrees transferable.
After attending Bates, we can help you to achieve your goal. At the same time, we offer customized American culture and professional experience for students to have a taste of American culture. This winter, we host a group of students from China.
Hi everyone, we are from the elementary school affiliated to Renmin University of China, and we are all in grade 6. Staying at Bates Technical College is a really great pleasure for us to learn all different programs,
such as 3D printing, dental lab and assisting, fire service, broadcasting, and culinary art.
American real-world professions in their real workplaces. teachers at Bates are very nice and friendly to us. We made friends with Bates teachers and students.
We also make America cookies with Bates teachers and students. It was really fun.
And Tacoma is a very beautiful city with nice city parks, Pacific Ocean, and cultural museums.
From this program, I believe the world is big, and we must think big and dream bigger.
We enjoy staying and studying at Bates Technical College.
Headmaster or teachers, thanks to you all to let us enjoy this wonderful trip of study in the US. Be present elementary school affiliated to Renmin University of China. We will return with honor.
Thank you. I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to
Before I came to Bates, I was in the moving industry for about 10 years. I was what you call a helper. And then I got promoted into a dispatcher. I was with one moving company, and then I left that company and went to another company as a long haul dispatcher. I was let go, and they would say they speeded up the process, so it took me like 5 minutes, and I really under 5 minutes, and I changed my mind. I got on the phone and I called Bates. I've always loved music and TV and radio and everything to do with broadcast. I've always loved it, and I figured I need to go back to do something I love to do. And I said, what's the best way of going back to learn new things about broadcasting? So that's the reason why I chose Bates. When I finish, I would like to do something in audio. I've been a DJ for probably over 30 years, weddings, proms, things like that. I've always leaned towards audio. I would like to do something in audio. Maybe audio engineer, audio technicians for a major television station. It's an honor. I was very shocked when I got the email. Got a little emotional because, I work hard. Sorry. I've been through a lot. In my life, I made a lot of mistakes. And to get this, it's an honor. It made me proud of myself and proud of the people who helped me out. I'd like to thank some of the students also who helped me get to where I am. And I didn't know I was gonna cry, but for all the things I've been through, made a lot of mistakes, and to get this made me say, all the work I've done, I got something to show for. I got something to show somebody. I got somebody to show my family and my children that all the hard work and that this is what happened. So forgive me. One thing I do love about Bates, one is the one-on-one with the instructors. They're always available. Oh yes, I recommend it. I'll tell my children when they graduate from high school, they should come to Bates. You know, I had a lot of help from people, a lot of help. You know, so I didn't give up.
It's one of the best schools that you can go to actually do hands-on learning, teaches you the skills that you need to actually jump into the industry.
So when I seen this studio that you guys have here, I was overwhelmed. I said, nah, this is what I want to do.
The best thing about this experience has been that I've met a lot of people that have my same interest.
Bates gives me the opportunity to expand on a lot of things I'm interested in.
This morning I just did a show and I did camera work, and that is awesome day.
And when I leave here, I'm going to be prepared and ready to work in the industry.
You're not sitting in a desk. Teachers are exceptional.
There's not a lot of programs where you have a working television studio that you can learn in. The instructors are longtime veterans of the field. They know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about.
One thing that we're hearing from people in the industry is that what we see is a lot of amateurs that know how to do a few things but don't know how to do a lot of things well. When you come to Bates, what we hope to do is to teach you how to do those things well.
There is no other program like our program. We do hands-on learning all the time. We do live sports all the time. I don't know of anybody else where a student can actually go in and on the first week be going and doing a football game and working on cameras and directing and producing, and gives an opportunity for students to be able to do that stuff and do it well.
I've been very successful with the students that I have hired from Bates.
There's qualified people coming out that have technical knowledge.
People come to Bates looking for recruits. Hands-on experience is very important. The fact that people come looking for you there, that's pretty good.
We have about 30 operators, and from there we have about 3 people that are from Bates. And they're all great.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm John Hammergren here at Baker Stadium on the campus of the University of Puget Sound. The Loggers are entertaining the George Fox University Bruins this afternoon. It's homecoming here at UPS, and George Fox is on top of UPS 10-7. It is halftime here. Loggers got on the board early. They marched down the field pretty much right. They stopped George Fox with a quick 3-and-out. They get the football. Murdoch Rutledge does what he does. He gets the football in and out of his hands to A.J. Johnson. They march down the field. They get a touchdown. Compliments to Silas Washington from 3 yards out. George Fox ends up responding. They get a touchdown on their own, keyed by a big 65-yard pass play to Kenny Minnie. And the quarterback, Jaden Sheffy, ended up getting a 1-yard touchdown run. That tied the score up at 7. Later in the second quarter, Jason Santoni hit a 33-yard field goal. That made the score 10-7. To end the first half, UPS got the football inside the 10-yard line. It was Nick Bernhardt trying to find A.J. Johnson in the corner of the end zone. The pass ended up being intercepted there by George Fox, and that's where we stand now, 10-7. Loggers are back on the field now. George Fox still waiting to come out to the field. We're going to have an interview with Bruins head coach Chris Casey in just a moment. Gregor Walls is going to be talking to him. But for UPS, you got to figure they're going to want to try to get the pace a little more up to speed with their style, that hurry-up offense, that keeping the defense off balance. For George Fox, you got to figure they're happy with what they've done. George Fox, they controlled the clock for the most part. They ended up getting 1 turnover, and that's another key that George Fox likes to do. They don't score as many points as UPS. They win that turnover battle. That's how they win the football games, and so far they've been impressive, and they've been successful in doing that. Today's broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College. We are thrilled that they're here. For UPS, they're going to want to try to get Murdoch Rutledge going again. He ended up not playing the last series that Bernhardt threw the interception there. that was picked off there by George Fox. So Rutledge, he ends up throwing for 250 yards a game during the season, but thus far he's had some moments of success as the Loggers have done very well going from the 20 to the 20, but once the football gets into the red zone, that's where they've had some of their challenges, if you will. But UPS has made some good adjustments. Head coach Jeff Thomas, he talked about finishing in his conversation there with Gregor Walls at halftime and making those quick adjustments that they need to make. So we'll see what they do here in the second half. The Bruins they're about ready to head back onto the field as well here at Baker Stadium. Fantastic crowd this afternoon here at UPS, and a beautiful day as well at Tacoma. It's a beautiful campus here at UPS. You can see there's clouds, but a lot of blue skies, and boy, October 5th, you couldn't write up anything better here at Baker Stadium. Jaden Sheffy threw for 144 yards last week. He had a huge reception earlier in the game for 65 yards. That was the Kenny Mini. He also hit Leon Johnson the third. That was a 40-yard reception that he had. He's already thrown for over 100 yards this afternoon, so he's well on for his average, which is near 140 yards per season. Gregor Walls is down with Bruins head coach Chris Casey. Let's hear from Gregor Walls at this time.
We're just waiting for them to give us a cue.
Okay. We're with George Fox head coach Chris Casey. Coach, the passing game set up the two scores for your team in the first half. Can we expect more of the passing game in the second half?
Well, we'd like to be balanced with run and pass. When we get protection, we feel like we are throwing the ball down the field fairly well. We just got to get the ball out on time. But protection's the big thing.
Coach, thank you for your time.
You bet. Thank you.
Back to you, John.
It's end over end. It's going to end up going to the end zone. That will be a touchback there for UPS to start the second half. So UPS will take over at the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Loggers from there. We'll see. Murdoch Rutledge is back in at quarterback for the Loggers. He did not play in that last series there for UPS to end the first half, but he's back in there right now. He's got an empty set. He's got three receivers to his left and two receivers to his right. He's in the shotgun formation. He takes one step back. He's going to pass this one off over to A.J. Johnson. Johnson gets wrapped up at about the 29-yard line. Ends up getting tackled there by Caleb Harrell. So call it a 4-yard gain there for the Loggers. It's going to be second down and 6 to start the second half. 10-7. George Fox is on top of UPS as the third quarter is underway here. Murdoch Rutledge again in the shotgun formation. He's got A.J. Johnson in motion. Takes the snap. And he's going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage for a sack there. Sack by Caleb Dalzell. Caleb Dalzell ended up getting good penetration, made one move and got to the blind side there of Rutledge wrapped him up for a loss. So that will put the ball back at the original line of scrimmage. 25-yard line is where the ball is spotted. 3rd down and 10. The play clock is still moving. UPS going to make some substitutions quickly. Still plenty of time in the play clock. They've got 10 seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 10. They got to get out to the 35-yard line. Rutledge again in the shotgun formation. Takes a snap. He's under some heavy pressure. He's looking to throw. Ends up throwing the football into the sideline there for the Bruins. So nice defensive stand to start the second half for George Fox, as UPS is unable to move the chains on their first series here. So that's going to bring on the punting team. Alex Everett will be back deep. Will be doing the punting here for the Loggers, and that's Anthony Garcia, who will be back deep to return for George Fox. Garcia, as we mentioned, he's a Northwest Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. He had an 87-yard punt return a couple weeks ago against Pomona Pfizer. Good kick on the way there by Everett. It's going to end up bouncing at the 35. It's going to take a little bit of a UPS bounce as it rolls to the 33-yard line. Called a 43-yard punt there for Everett. That's where the Bruins will take over. Actually called a 42-yard punt on the play. So 1st down and 10 for George Fox from their own 33-yard line. Jaden Sheffy had a successful first half. He ended up throwing for over 100 yards there in the first half. No interceptions. Did score a rushing touchdown. He didn't throw for a touchdown, but he ran for a touchdown from the 1-yard line there in the first quarter. But he's done a good job moving the chains. UPS has gotten to him a couple times this afternoon, so we'll see if UPS is able to keep that pressure on. So 5 seconds on the play clock. He's going to end up snapping the ball. Fumble on the play. It's picked up. UPS has it. Picking up the football, scamping in from 33 yards. Touchdown, Loggers! Xavier Hebner with the fumble return for a touchdown. What a break! Ends up getting picked up at the 31-yard line. Xavier Hebner with a 31-yard touchdown return for the fumble. A huge momentum shift. That's going to bring on Alex Everett for the extra point. Extra point is on its way. It is good, and just like that, UPS has taken the lead over George Fox. It is 14-10. UPS is on top. We got 13-13 remaining in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's live stream is being produced by Bates Technical College.
They say you don't have to be so strong, but this is my mother, my purpose. Strength is not optional. See, I lift her now like she raised me then, so I know my strength is super, but I'm still human.
Oh, look who's here.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
And welcome back to Baker Stadium. 14-10. UPS is on top. 31-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by number 29, Xavier Hebner of UPS. A huge, huge momentum shift here at Baker Stadium. Alex Everett is in to do the kickoff here for the Loggers. He's going to do this kick, and it's going to sail, ends up sailing out of bounds at the 7-yard line. So Anthony Garcia did a wise thing, just letting the ball go out of bounds there. So George Fox is going to get very good field position after the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be spotted at the 35-yard line. So that's where the Bruins will take over at their own 35-yard line. But a big play there by the Loggers, causing the turnover and getting the 31-yard fumble recovery into the end zone. UPS will definitely take that. Boy, you can just feel the momentum shift just completely inside the stadium, and the energy in Baker Stadium is starting to boil over. This time the ball is going to be handed off. Garcia with the carry. He can't get it back. He gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. UPS defense all over it. So Brody Pearman with the stop there for the Loggers. 2nd down and 10 now for George Fox. Jaden Sheffy looks in down over at the Bruins sideline. And that's one of the keys for the Bruins football team. They have to win the turnover battle. They've got an interception. That was key there at the end of the first half, but that fumble recovery was even bigger for UPS. So 1 turnover apiece for both sides. Sheffy, he's looking to go long. He's trying to find Johnson. There's a flag on the play. He was throwing the football there to Leon Johnson the third. Little bit of contact there. They're going to end up throwing a flag. Take a look at the replay on this one. There was a little bit of contact. I don't know if that football was catchable is my the one thing I would say. So we'll see what they end up calling here. Because every now and again they pick the flags up and say, you know, the football was not catchable. So that's not going to be the call this time, unfortunately. UPS faithful, they're not happy with the call. That'll be a 15-yard penalty that's going to go against UPS. So that's a break there for the Bruins. That'll put the football at the 50-yard line. So the Bruins will now have 1st down and 10 from midfield. And that's one of those things. They've got that big receiver, and that's that Leon Johnson the third. He's 6'5". He's got the big legs. He's got the big arms. He gets a lot of contact. They will throw the flag as they did just there. Garcia's in motion. Sheffy's in. He's under a lot of pressure. He scrambles out. Being pursued there, ends up getting near the line of scrimmage. Might have gained a few yards on the play. Nicely done there by Jaden Sheffy. Ends up gaining 4 yards on the play under heavy pursuit from pretty much the time he caught the snap. Ends up gaining 4 yards on the play on a broken play. So nicely done there by number 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Bruins. Excuse me, 2nd down and 6 for the Bruins. Loggers have gotten heavy pursuit on Sheffy all afternoon long. They've gotten to him a couple times. Unable to get to him on that play. 11:55 remaining in the third quarter. 5 seconds on the play clock. Sheffy gets it. He's going to hand this one off to Garcia. Garcia's got an opening. He's to the outside. He's trying to break this one. Ends up getting wrapped up at about the 20-yard line. 26-yard gain on the play by Anthony Garcia. His biggest run of the day thus far. So nicely done there by number 22. He's had a good afternoon thus far, but that's his biggest run of the game. Ends up being knocked out of bounds there by Brody Pearman. So 1st down and 10. Bruins that are marching downfield once again, and they're going to hand the football off again. This time it's going to be Ethan Kassabaum. Kassabaum's going to gain, I think they're going to spot him at the 18, so call it a 2-yard gain on the play. Now they're going to spot it at the 17, rather. So 3-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Bruins. UPS, they've been able to make some substitutions defensively, which has been a good thing, but for George Fox, they've been winning the time of possession battle this afternoon. That's one of their intangibles. That's one of the keys for their victory, but they trail 14-10. UPS getting the key turnover just a moment ago and getting helicoptered up high, if you will, is Ethan Kassabaum. He got wrapped up and ended up spinning around up in the air. Gained another 3 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Ball spotted just inside the 15-yard line. They've got to get to the 10. Kiana Songkwan ended up making the stop there for UPS. So this is a big 3rd down and 4 here for the Loggers defense. They want to hold them here. They would love a stop. Handoff this time to Garcia. Goes inside. He's going to be beyond the 1st down markers. That's going to move the chains. That's going to make it 1st down and goal. Anthony Garcia is going to get a 5-yard carry on that play. And that's going to bring the football to the 9. That will make it 1st and goal from there for the Bruins. Bruins have done it through the air. They've done it through the ground as well.
1st and goal for the Bruins. The Loggers 9 yard line.
9:50 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Garcia is going to get the carry. He's looking for the hole. Ends up getting tackled there. Maybe about the 8-yard line. Stop made by Peter Ciari with the stop. So maybe gained, they're going to credit him with a 1-yard gain. So 2nd and goal, ball is going to be spotted at the 8-yard line. Michael Zabrin comes on late for the Loggers. Jaden Sheffy in at quarterbacks in the shotgun formation, looks to his left, still looking, trying to go to the back of the end zone, a little bit of contact. And there is a flag in the backfield, and the initial signal is pass interference against UPS. Evan Nelson was the intended receiver on the play. It looked like their feet got tripped up on that play. So pass interference is the call there against UPS. Xavier Huebner called for the interference. And that, boy, just got their feet tripped up. Huebner was the one that got the 31-yard fumble recovery. The feet got tangled up, and there's a lot of times the officials don't throw the flag on that play, but they threw it there. That will spot the ball at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bruins from there. Handoff. And handing the ball off there, is Casabon. Casabon can't go anywhere. He ends up losing 3 yards on the play. Brody Perriman with the stop there. 3-yard loss on the play. That's a tremendous play defensively for the Loggers. So that was spotted at, they're actually going to call it a 4-yard loss. So 2nd down and goal, ball is spotted at the 6. Sheffy's in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap. He's going, passes this one to an open receiver. It is caught. It is a touchdown for George Fox. That's Evan Nelson with the touchdown reception for the Bruins. The 6-yard touchdown reception, and George Fox is 1 extra point away from being up by 3. So Evan Nelson with the reception. We've got an injured player down on the far sideline. I can't quite make out who that injured player is. The touchdown is good. It's 16-14 currently. Bruins are on top. As we await the extra point. That injured player is Xavier Huebner. And Huebner looks like he's holding his left arm. Huebner, he's had a massive impact this afternoon. He had the fumble recovery for a touchdown that was from 31 yards. Unfortunately, he got called for the pass interference just a couple plays ago, and unfortunately, again, he's now got an injury. It looks like his left arm he's holding as he's walking across the field. So you see the replay there, and it looks as though he kind of landed awkwardly on that left arm after he attempted to make that stop. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully Huebner is able to return. In the meantime, Santonia's in to attempt the extra point. Kick is on its way. The extra point is good. And with 8:25 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, George Fox is back on top of UPS, 17-14. We'll take a timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's live stream is being produced by Bates Technical College.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
About the 20-yard line, makes it out to about the 32-yard line. Good return there by Heimbach, getting out to the 32-yard line. That's where UPS will take over, first down and 10. So George Fox back on top, 17-14. 8:18 remaining here in the third quarter. Loggers scored a touchdown in the third quarter, but it was from a fumble recovery. Xavier Hebner took a 31-yard fumble recovery into the end zone. Right now, Hebner's being looked at. His left shoulder is being looked at by the UPS medical staff on the sideline. Hopefully he's able to return. In the meantime, Nick Bernhardt is going to be in at quarterback for UPS. He's going to be under center. He's going to hand this football off. It looks like Silas Washington's the ball carrier. Washington pushes through, got an extra couple yards there. He was hit up near the line of scrimmage, ends up getting about 5 yards on the play. Nice play there by number 49, Silas Washington. Second down and 5 after the 5-yard gain. Ball spotted at the Loggers' 37-yard line. 7:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Bernhardt's in at quarterback. UPS running their tight formation. He's going to be under center. He's going to hand off again to Washington. Washington stays on his feet, gets near the first down markers again. Took a big hit at the end of the play by Skylar Rayburn, but ends up moving the chains after that 6-yard gain. So a first down for UPS as the ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line. So again, UPS not huddling, but they are in their tight formation. Bernhardt's going to be under center. He's got AJ wide left. He's got 2 running backs behind him. He's going to hand off again to Silas. Silas Washington gets to about the 48-yard line, so another good 5-yard gain there by Washington. UPS, that ground game works for UPS. When they mix it up, that ground game has had a lot of success this season, and you're seeing it right now. So second down and 5 after that 5-yard gain. Bernhardt looks over at the UPS sideline to see what head coach Jeff Thomas wants to run here. So again, Bernhardt's under center. He's got Washington right behind him. He's got a man in motion. We've got a whistle, and there's penalty flags on the field, as I think we're going to have an illegal procedure here called against UPS. So false start is the call against UPS. That'll back him up 5 yards. That's the third false start UPS penalty they've had this afternoon. You cannot have those self-inflicted wounds, especially in a tight contest like this. 17-14, George Fox is on top of UPS. We have 6:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Bernhardt's going to be under center. He's got Washington right behind him. He's going to hand off to Silas. Silas gets a block, ends up getting to about the 45-yard line, so call it a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up third down and 8 now for UPS. George Fox, their defensive front's done a good job. UPS trying to break through. That's one thing I always say when you have those runs. One of those times you're going to break it. You keep going to it. Eventually, that wall is going to cave and you will break through. Bernhardt's going to be in the shotgun formation this time. He's going to do a little screen pass. The pass is broken up at the line of scrimmage by the Bruins, and that will bring up fourth down as Caleb Dalzell, the senior, broke up that pass there for the Bruins. So Caleb Dalzell, number 1, nearly came away with that with an interception. That would have been very disastrous for UPS. Everett into punt here. High snap, corrals it. Punt is nearly blocked. Good punt there. It's going to end up being fair caught at the 10-yard line by Anthony Garcia. So, boy, what a great punt there. Call it a 43-yard punt by Alex Everett. Nicely done there by number 14. So George Fox will take over at, we'll call it the 12-yard line after the 43-yard punt. So first down and 10 for the Bruins. 5:25 remaining in the third quarter. 17-14, the Bruins are on top of UPS. Today's live stream broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College. Jaden Sheffy back in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun formation. He's got 2 running backs with him. He takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's looking to go long. He's under pressure. He's going to throw this football away. No, there's no Bruins in the vicinity. Head coach Jeff Thomas, he's beside himself. He's looking for intentional grounding. One of the officials is going to talk it over. That should be intentional grounding. Head coach Jeff Thomas is screaming at the officials on the sideline. Officials are talking it over still, but they're going to say the quarterback was outside the tackle on the play, so that's why they're going to say no intentional grounding, but it looked like he was still in the tackle, but that's okay. Second down and 10 for George Fox. 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. They're going to hand this football off. Maybe gaining 3 yards on the play is Ethan Cassabaum. So Cassabaum gets 3 yards. That'll bring up third down and call it 8. Actually call it 7 as the ball spotted down at the 14-yard line. So call it 3rd and 8. 4:45 remaining here in the third quarter. Both sides makes a couple substitutions as George Fox makes their shuttle. 10 seconds on the play clock. Bruins have to hurry here. Not sure. It's showing 5 seconds now. Sheffy snaps it with 3 seconds on the play clock. He's under pressure. He gets hit, and there's a quarterback sack by UPS. The Loggers get to him once again. This time it's Griffin Hartshorn. Nicely done there by UPS. They get the pressure on. They get the pressure on Sheffy and get the big loss. So call it a 7-yard sack as they get to the quarterback once again. And now punting at the end of his end zone is Jason Santoni. Ethan Goldeisen back deep to return for UPS. Good snap on the way. Santoni with a good kick. That's going to take a big Bruins bounce. It's going to go all the way down to the 34-yard line. So call it a 59-yard punt on the play there by Jason Santoni. That's a good punt for the Bruins. UPS will take over from there. Once again, it's going to be Nick Bernhardt in at quarterback for UPS. Previous series, they got a first down off a couple of Silas Washington runs and ended up getting a false start. And that after they had 2nd and 5, that false start kind of took them out of their rhythm, if you will. This time, Bernhardt's going to be in the shotgun formation. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's going to hand this football off to Washington. Washington has those legs moving, ends up gaining maybe 4 yards on the play. Not a bad run there by Silas. So Washington will get the football out to the 38-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for UPS. Clock continues to move. 3:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Still plenty of time on the play clock here for UPS. 20 seconds shown on the play clock. Bernhardt takes the snap, takes 1 step back, gets a little bit of pressure, and he gets wrapped up and brought down for a sack. Once again, getting the sack, Caleb Dalzell. He had the batted pass earlier in the series, and he gets the big sack there. Bernhardt didn't like what he saw. tried to scramble out, but Caleb Dalzell was right there. Caleb Dalzell, by the way, 6'6", 278 pounds. It's hard to miss him out there. So after that sack, it's 3rd down and 16. Ball is spotted at the 28-yard line. 10 seconds on the play clock now for UPS. Bernhardt's in the shotgun formation. He's going to snap this one with 1 second on the play clock, under pressure, trying to find A.J. Johnson. Football is overthrown and nearly intercepted that time by Kiwi Tong. So Tong was in on the stop. A.J. Johnson slow to get up. He's okay. The medical staff comes out to briefly look at him, but he's walking off under his own power. And that's going to bring in Alex Everett to do the punting here for UPS. Anthony Garcia will be back deep to return for George Fox. Garcia had a 87-yard punt return for a touchdown 2 weeks ago. He hasn't had many opportunities, as Everett's done a fantastic job with his punts, and Garcia, for the most part, has just taken a fair catch. Good snap on the way, good kick on the way as well. It's a spiral kick. It's going to sail near the 29-yard line, takes a little bit of a UPS bounce and goes to the 26-yard line where it's downed there. That's where the Bruins will take over with 2:01 remaining in the third quarter. George Fox on top of UPS 17-14. Bruins had the football a moment ago. They couldn't do anything with it. UPS had the football. They went 3 and out. So the Bruins get it back at their own 26-yard line. That's Jaden Sheffy, the quarterback. 18 seconds on the play clock here for the Bruins. UPS showing blitz. They ended up running a little bit of an option there, and I believe that's Garcia with the carry. That is Anthony Garcia. He gets the ball carrier, and he gets a first down. Gets out of bounds near the 50-yard line. It's going to be marked down at about the 45-yard line. So that's a good 19-yard run there by Garcia.
First and 10 for the Bruins at their own 45-yard line.
So call it the 45-yard line, first down and 10. George Fox again in the huddle. And a UPS again will do their 3-4 defense. Oh, this time they're going to make it a 4th. Oh, well, they're going to bring a couple players up front, so a little bit of a different look defensively there for the Loggers. And this time they're going to hand the football off. It's going to go to Ethan Cassabaum. Cassabaum ends up getting near the first down markers. He was hit after about 5 yards. He stretched it out and got a few extra yards on the play and got near the first down markers. They're going to call him about, I'm going to say he's about 6 inches short. So 2nd down and inches for George Fox. The ball is now spotted at the Loggers' 46-yard line. 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Handoff again. It goes once again to Ethan Cassabaum, and Cassabaum gets inside the 30-yard line, made some good moves there, and gets wrapped up there and moves the chains. So George Fox is on the march once again. So Kyle Peter gets in on the stop there for UPS. Cassabaum nearly slipped there behind the line of scrimmage, but kept his feet, got to the outside, got a good run there. So first down and 10. Bruins have it at their Loggers' 27-yard line. You got to figure they're going to hand it off once again. That's what they do. They've had 2 good runs in a row. Cassabaum gets to about the 23-yard line, and that may end up being the final play of the third quarter, as there's now 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dwight Jackson in on the stop along with Hickey for UPS. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. So we're headed to the quarter number 4. 17-14. George Fox is on top of UPS. We'll take a timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College.
Over 110, I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo.
He does seem to have a lot of ideas.
A whole Avo bed full.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice toss.
Thanks.
And welcome back, everybody. 17-14. George Fox is on top of the University of Puget Sound as we are ready to start the fourth quarter here at Baker Stadium in beautiful Tacoma, Washington. It's been a tremendous game. It's been tight all game. No one's run away from anybody, so it's still anybody's game. But right now, George Fox is on the march. They've got the ball at the Loggers' 24-yard line. It is 2nd down and 6. UPS, you can see they're a little bit fatigued out there, if you will. George Fox, they've been putting on the running game this series, and they've had some success running the football. Anthony Garcia, along with Ethan Casabon, both have had success running the football, as there's some whistles here from the officials. Oh, yeah, we get that straightened out. So Jaden Sheffy in at quarterback. He's going to hand this one off again. Casabon gets it. He's going to get maybe 2 or 3 yards on the carry. That will bring up 3rd down for George Fox. Kyle Peter along with Zach Meyer in on the stop for UPS. 3rd down and 4, and this is a big one. This is a big 3rd down because George Fox, their kicker, Jason Santoni, he's got the leg. There's a fumble in the back, and getting the football there, George Fox fell on the football, but Ethan Casabon, he had nowhere to go. UPS all over that. That's a huge loss, and that makes it a very interesting decision here for the Bruins head coach, Chris Casey. It would have been about a 40-yard field goal. Santoni, he's out there right now. Well, looks like they're going to go for the kick. Santoni has made a 48-yard field goal earlier in the season. He's 1 for 1 today. He hit a 33-yarder, so he's 2 for 2 on the season. This one is going to be from 45 yards. Good snap. Kick is on its way. It's blocked. The kick is blocked. UPS came in and kicked and blocked the kick. Santoni wasn't able to get any air under the football. I think it went right into the line of scrimmage, but UPS will take that. That's a big break for the Loggers. They will spot the football at the 32-yard line. If you want to credit, maybe credit Jason Clayton with the block. Clayton got in there, and he ended up blocking the football, so that's a huge break there for UPS. They take over at the 32. Bernhardt's going to be back in at quarterback for UPS. He's in the shotgun formation, a little bit of a shoulder fake. He's going to find A.J. Johnson. Johnson cannot hold on to it. A little ball was thrown a little bit behind A.J. That's a good idea for UPS. They definitely want to get number 4, A.J. Johnson, involved. When he gets the football, it just, good things seem to happen. Good things always seem to happen when the preseason All-American ends up touching the football. So empty set for Bernhardt. 3 receivers, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. He's in the shotgun formation. Snaps the football. He's going to pass this one off to Goldeisen. Ethan Goldeisen rips, gets out to about the 40-yard line. Was nearly about to rip away there from the Bruins defender. Ends up gaining 8 yards on the play. That brings up 3rd down and short here. Call it 3rd and 2 for UPS. So UPS is going to bring on, it looks like they're going to bring on their heavy set as Austin Knight's going to come in.
3rd and 2 for the Loggers at their own.
Rutledge is on the sideline, UPS's other quarterback, but he does not have his helmet on. Bernhardt comes in quite a bit to spell Rutledge, and this time they're going to hand it off to Silas Washington, battling, maybe gaining a yard on the play. Might have got out to the 46. He had to get to the 47, so they're going to spot him 1 yard short of the first down markers. That's going to bring up 4th down and 1. And we'll see what head coach Jeff Thomas is going to do here. It's 4th and 1. They got to get to the 47. Right now, he's keeping his team on the field. He's not bringing on the punting team. He looks like he's going to go for it. They call him the Riverboat Gambler for a reason. He's going for it here. Ball spotted at the 41. They got to get to the 42. They're going to hand this football off again. And it appears that Washington is going to be held short. They handed the football off, and it looks like George Fox is going to come away with the stop. So Silas Washington was the ball carrier. Ended up getting back to the line of scrimmage. George Fox comes up with a huge stop here defensively. Officials are still talking things over, and they're going to bring out the chains to do a measurement. It appeared that the ball was well short of the 47, and it appears they're still well short of the 47. Excuse me, the 42. Yeah, they're a good yard short, and so George Fox will take over on downs. So that's a big stop there for the Bruins. 12:01 remaining here in the contest. 17-14, George Fox is on top. Jason Santoni attempted a 45-yard field goal. That one was blocked by Jason Clayton. UPS ended up going for it on 4th and 1 from the 41, and the Bruins made a huge stop there. So Jaden Sheffy will be back in at quarterback for the Bruins. And the Bruins, they had success running the football in the previous series. You got to figure they're going to try to run it again. Anthony Garcia is next to Sheffy. He's going to pass this time. He's looking. He's scrambling to his left. He's under some pressure. Ends up getting wrapped up there. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Ryan Hickey with the big stop there for UPS. So call it no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 now for the Bruins. But give a lot of credit there to the UPS Loggers defense. Sheffy had nowhere to go with the football. He had time to throw it, but no one was open. He ends up scrambling to his left and ends up getting wrapped up there by Hickey. So no gain, 2nd down and 10. This time he is going to he's going to keep it. And he again gets wrapped up right. They're going to have to call this a 1-yard loss on the play. Nicely done there by UPS. Sheffy tried to get out. That was a quarterback keeper all the way. But he couldn't get anywhere on that play with Sheffy. So Peter Ciari, number 99, with the 1-yard loss on the play. Peter Ciari's having another game. Another tremendous game. He's got a couple tackles for losses. That one's a 1-yard loss. 3rd down and 11 for George Fox. You know UPS would absolutely love a stop here. Sheffy's got an empty set. He's in the shotgun. He's looking to go long. He's passing this one, and this pal is caught. The pass was complete to number 4, Leon Johnson III. A big pass play there. Call it a 29-yard pass play on the play. Leon Johnson got his big hands up there, ends up catching it and brought down there inside the 15-yard line. A 1st down for the Bruins. That was a big one. Michael Zabrin had coverage there for the Loggers. So George Fox, they've hit on a couple of those big pass plays to Johnson. This time they're going to hand this one off. Garcia has it, goes to the outside. He's forced out of bounds. Might have gained a couple yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down here for the Bruins. Clock continuing to run. 9:50 remaining here in the contest. Bruins are on top by 3, 17-14. Call it a 2-yard gain, so 2nd down and 8 is what the Bruins have. Sheffy's in at quarterback. He's got Garcia right next to him. He's going to hand it to Garcia. Garcia's going to get wrapped up. maybe gained a yard on the play, perhaps 2. So it looks like they'll spot it inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down here for George Fox. This is another big 3rd down here for the UPS defense. They want to hold them. They want to try to keep it a 1-score game. Both teams make some substitutions as the Bruins will get their huddle. They have 15 seconds on the play clock as we now hit the 9-minute mark remaining here in the 4th quarter. So call it 3rd down and 7. Sheffy is the quarterback as we have whistles here, as we have a timeout here called by George Fox, head coach Chris Casey. He knows this is a big play, so he wants to get the right play that he's comfortable with on there. So just a tremendous game here so far. 8:48 remaining here in the contest. 17-14, George Fox is on top of UPS. Ball is spotted at the 9-yard line. George Fox does not have to get a touchdown. If they get to the 2-yard line, that would move the chains and make it 1st and goal. So they do not have to get a touchdown here. And for UPS, you want to stop them. You would love a turnover. That would be just spectacular to get a turnover. But you want to stop them. You want to try to make it so they have to earn the field goal. So we'll see what head coach Chris Casey has in store for George Fox's offense on this play. 3rd down and 7. Sheffy again will be in the shotgun formation. He's got Anthony Garcia to his left. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 receiver to his left. He's looking left all the way. He's going to Garcia. Garcia catches it and gets inside the 5 to about the spot is big here. They're spotting it near the 1st down markers. There's been no signal just yet if it's a 1st down. And it appears that they're going to bring the chain gang on here to measure, perhaps. Now they're going to talk things over here. The referee is signaling for somebody to come forward, and I believe he wants the chains to come forward to make a measurement. It is awfully close. It still holds. It still shows 3rd down. But the ball is right near the 1st down markers. They had to get to about the 2-yard line, and it's really, really close.
There's a quick update. Men's soccer action. Puget Sound 2, Willamette nil.
So they're going to say the ball is short by about 3 inches. So it is literally 4th and inches. You might even make a case it's 4th and an inch. It's that close to the 1st down markers, but it is 4th down and inches for George Fox. So now the question for Chris Casey, the head coach of the Bruins, do you go for it or do you bring Jason Santoni in to attempt the field goal? It appears that head coach Chris Casey has made his decision. He's going to go for it. So this is a huge play here. 4th and inches for the Bruins. 8:42 remaining in the 4th quarter. George Fox is on top of UPS by 3. This time Sheffy looks as though he's going to be under center. Nope, we're going to have a timeout called by head coach Chris Casey. So he's going to end up using his 2nd timeout. He's got 1 timeout left. Today's broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College. This is a big play here. 8:42 remaining in the contest. UPS desperately would love a stop. It's been a defensive battle, which is just the complete opposite of what these two teams did a year ago. A year ago, 62-48 was the final score. George Fox came out on top in that game that scored 110 points. This game, it's been a defensive battle throughout. UPS had an interception near the end of the first half in the end zone. And here's George Fox at the 4-yard line trying to get the ball past the 3. They don't have to score a touchdown to get a first down. Now Sheffy's in the shotgun formation, hands it off to Garcia. He's met at the line of scrimmage. UPS is celebrating like they made a stop, and they did make a stop. The UPS defense holds, and the UPS offense will take over on downs. Peter Ciari with a monster stop for the UPS defense. Getting also in on the stop as well, Kyle Peter, number 25. He was in on that stop as well. A huge stop there by UPS. Now, UPS offense has it. They got to get some more room to breathe. Rutledge is back. He's in the shotgun. Nope, excuse me, that's Bernhardt. He's going to go right up the gut. He goes flying around past the 10-yard line to about the 12-yard line or so. That's going to gain about 8 yards on that play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Bernhardt took a big hit there landing on that play. 2nd down and 2. We have a whistle here as the clock stops with 8:06 on the game clock. As the officials talk things over for just a moment. Not exactly sure what the officials are talking about over there. Usually, well, they got things sorted out. 2nd down and 2. They made an adjustment on the clock. 8:20 is now what's showing on the clock. Play clock got reset to 25. Bernhardt in the shotgun formation is going to pass this one off to AJ. AJ can't handle the pass. One of those plays there where, unfortunately, AJ was looking ahead before he caught the football, and pass goes incomplete, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. That's one thing UPS is going to want to do. They're going to want to try to get a first down to try to give the defense a little bit of a breather. And plus, they want to try to, the clock is starting to become a little bit of a factor. 8:10 to go. UPS does have a quick strike offense, and they can move up and down the field very quickly. They've done it all season long, but right now, they're down 3 points, and they want to get a first down. So Bernhardt takes the snap. He's gonna get out of the backfield, and he's gonna get a first down. He gets near the 20-yard line, gets to about the 18-yard line. Call it a 6-yard gain. That is a huge play there by Bernhardt. Moves the chains. Gets more breathing room for UPS as well. So 1st down and 10 for UPS. Ball will be spotted at the 18-yard line. 8:04 is showing on the clock as they are looking to wind the clock. The play clock is, there we go. Now they reset everything. Now the clock is going. 8 minutes now exactly remaining here in the contest. Bernhardt again in the shotgun formation. As he's under pressure in the backfield, he's going to get wrapped up there. Quarterback sack by George Fox. That's a big one. Garrett Bannister in on the quarterback sack on that play for the Bruins. Bannister was back there along with Anthony Passion. So Passion in on the stop as well. That's a big loss. 8-yard loss, 2nd down and 18, and the clock continuing to move. 7:20 remaining here in the 4th quarter. So Bernhardt into the shotgun. He's under some pressure. He's going to pass this one off to Jewel Day. Jewel Day with a great reception, still on his feet, breaks a tackle. He's out in the open field. He's at midfield, out about the 43-yard line. Jewel Day with a 39-yard reception for UPS. A huge play offensively for the Loggers. And it brings Baker Stadium back to life. So Jewel Day broke broke a tackle on that play, and it nearly broke that all the way, got out to the 43-yard line, 1st down and 10. Nick Bernhardt, you got to remember that with UPS, they have so many weapons out there. All those receivers are capable of breaking it any time. Bernhardt, he tried to find AJ, didn't like what he saw, went right up the middle. That's kind of the quarterback option pass. He was looking for AJ right away, didn't like what he saw, and so he went away right away to the run. Ends up gaining just a couple inches, maybe got back, call it maybe 5 inches, but they're going to call it 2nd down and 10. So ball still spotted just outside the 42. Bernhardt's going to look over at head coach Jeff Thomas to see what he wants as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the contest. 2nd down and 10. Bruins bringing the pressure. The ball is deflected, and it is intercepted. The Bruins with a big interception. David Ledesma with the interception. The ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and Ledesma was there to get the interception pass. That is a huge break for the Bruins with 5:54 remaining here in the contest. That's one thing that George Fox wants to do. They want to get those interceptions and turnovers, and they got one there as Ledesma got the interception after the deflection, and George Fox will take over at their own 45-yard line. That's a big one. The one thing, though, that you will say, though, is that there's still a lot of time, and UPS, they have all 3 timeouts. So Sheffy's going to hand this one off. The ball carrier is Ethan Cassabaum. Cassabaum gets a yard to about the 46-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Zach Meyer in on the stop for UPS. And for George Fox, this is what they want to do. They want to run the football, and they want to run the clock. We are inside of 5:30. We have 5:25 remaining in the contest. And for UPS, you want a 3-and-out as quickly as you can. So Sheffy again going to be in the shotgun formation. Snaps it with about 5 seconds. He's going to get this ball, hand this one off over to Cassabaum. But Cassabaum got out of bounds. They're going to call it the 47-yard line, so that'll bring up 3rd down. And the clock stops at 5 minutes. Now, the officials initially signaled for the clock to move. We've got an injured logger on the field. And the injured player there is Hayden Bauman. And they're looking, it looks like they're looking at maybe the right ankle of Bauman. So 5 minutes exactly remaining on the clock. This is a big 3rd down here for the Bruins. They run the football, they risk not getting the 1st down, but the clock keeps moving. UPS thinks about using a timeout. We'll see. They've got all 3. They pass the football. You got to figure there's a higher percentage chance of them getting the 1st down. Chris Casey's got a lot of options at his disposal. He's been the head coach there at George Fox for 7 seasons. Jaden Sheffy's played a nice game. He's ran the football. He's actually scored a touchdown in the 1st quarter on a run. And he's had a lot of success throwing the football, in particular to number 4, Leon Johnson III. He's his 6'5" target. He's made 3 big receptions to him, and he's had 1 big penalty as well. So we'll see if number 4 for George Fox gets in on the action here. Today's broadcast is being live streamed, produced by Bates Technical College.
You are the national parks. And no matter who you are or where you come from, the parks are you too.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Down and 8. And we have penalty flags on the field. And that's a big penalty because that's going to back up George Fox 5 yards. And it stops the clock as well. That's the other X factor to that penalty. The clock was rolling. False start is the call against the Bruins. You don't see that often. We're out of a timeout. You get a false start, but we had the injury timeout. And a 5-yard penalty for George Fox makes it 3rd down and 13. They've got to get to the 45-yard line. The ball is spotted at the Bruins 42. They got to get to the Loggers 45-yard line. Empty backfield. Sheffy under heavy pressure is going to throw the football. The ball is caught, and the ball was caught there by Kenny Minnie. He had the huge 65-yard reception there in the first quarter. That's going to end up being about a 7-yard gain. That's going to bring up 4th down for George Fox. And the clock is moving. UPS is going to get the football back. They should get the football back with just under 4 minutes as the clock is running. It shows 4:20 right now. Play clock has about 15 seconds on it. Jason Santoni is back deep to punt for the Bruins. Ethan Goldeisen is back deep to return for UPS. Good clean snap on the way. Punt is spiral, ends up going to the far right, and Goldeisen's going to let it bounce and ends up falling inside the 10-yard line. It'll be downed at the 9-yard line, so call it a 44-yard punt for George Fox. Santoni, he's had a phenomenal game. He's got some great punts, some over 50 yards, made a 33-yard field goal as well, so he's kind of been an X factor here for the Bruins. It's still a 3-point game. This has been a fun game this afternoon. 17-14 is our count. George Fox is on top of UPS. Nick Bernhardt is in at quarterback for the Loggers. He's in the shotgun formation, empty backfield. He takes a couple steps back. He's looking to pass. One-handed catch by A.J. Johnson with the spin move to boot. Gets a first down. What a play by A.J. Threw his hand out and caught it one-handed and had a great spin as well. It's one thing I've talked about in previous broadcasts is, A.J. Johnson is going to get some consideration for the Northwest Conference Offensive Player of the Year. Quickly again, this time the pass was intended for Jewel Day. Day dove for it. Ball falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10 after the incompletions. Does stop the clock. So 3:35 is where we stand. UPS has the football at their own 22-yard line. They've got 3 timeouts as well, so there's a lot of time left for the Loggers. So Bernhardt in at the shotgun formation. Empty set, 2 receivers to his left, 3 receivers to his right. Bruins are showing blitz. Bernhardt drops back, steps up, is going to throw this one, ends up passing this one over to Goldeisen. Goldeisen's going to gain about 4 yards or so. So Goldeisen will get out to about the 26. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Well, we call it 3rd down and 5. Call it a 5-yard completion. Clock continues to move. 3:10 remaining here in the contest. Bernhardt under some pressure is going to pass this one. Ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Ended up going behind Colin Heimbach there after the deflection. And that brings up 4th down and 5 for UPS. Ball is at the 27-yard line. Now head coach Jeff Thomas has all 3 timeouts. It appears that the Loggers are going to be going for it here. So this is another big play. Don't forget, Bernhardt, he's very comfortable running the football. If he's got an opening, he'll take it. Bernhardt jumps back. He's under pressure. Throws to A.J. Johnson. Johnson makes the reception near the 40-yard line. And another Loggers first down. A.J. Johnson had a phenomenal catch on the previous play. That was another great catch. Not going to be denied. Ends up gaining 12 yards. First down, UPS. Bernhardt going back. This time he finds Jewel Day. Jewel Day holds on. Another amazing catch by Day. He was juggling it as he was getting tackled. I mean, unbelievable. Day is juggling it as he's falling down, and he has the presence of mind to hold on to it and make the catch. UPS is moving the chains, 1st and 10 at the Bruins 49. Bernhardt going to step back, finds Heimbach. Heimbach near the 41-yard line with a good reception there. Call that an 8-yard gain. UPS starting to find a little bit of rhythm here. Second down and 2. Barnhart has his pass deflected, still caught by AJ. AJ ends up going to the line, maybe the line of scrimmage. Now time is starting to become a factor here. Inside of 2 minutes, 1:45, and that's one thing UPS is going to want to do is maybe play a little bit of the hurry-up offense. 1:40 and ticking for the Loggers. Nick Bernhardt in at quarterback, shotgun formation, 3rd down, call it 3. He's going to pass this one. Ball is caught. Jewel Day inside the 35 to the 34. Another first down for UPS. 1:30 remaining. And again, UPS has all 3 timeouts. Head coach Jeff Thomas, he's electing to keep them, which is fine. Bernhardt in the shotgun formation, little shoulder fake. He's going to go long, and the pass is incomplete. He was trying to find Heimbach on the play. Ball ends up going out of bounds. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining here. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Not a bad idea there by the UPS offense to go for the home run ball. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. Nick Bernhardt in at quarterback. He's going to pass this one off. Ball is caught. Pass is complete. The clock is still running. Goldeisen made the reception there. Gain of about 6 yards, and head coach Jeff Thomas decides to call a timeout there. That's a good call by head coach Jeff Thomas to stop the clock with 1:04 remaining here in the contest. What a game. This has been a lot of fun. It's been up and down, and UPS has had a couple key 4th down conversions on this drive to keep the chains going. Now clock is a big part of this game. 1:04 remaining. UPS trailing George Fox 17-14. Second down on this play. It's going to be about 2nd down and 4. They got to get to, looks like about the 23-yard line. Loggers have had some exciting games all season long. They beat Laverne a couple weeks ago, 28-24. They beat Claremont 21-17. That was a season opener. Northwest Conference opener. This has been a fun one. 17-14. George Fox is on top. UPS is looking to change that. 3rd down and 4 for UPS. 3rd down and 4 for the Loggers. Bernhardt's got it. He's going to pass this one to AJ. He's got a first down and more. Gets inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. When all else fails, finds number 4, AJ Johnson. He's an All-American for a reason. Everybody knows he's going to get the football, and you just can't stop it. Ball is at the 16, inside of 1 minute, 50 seconds, and the clock is still rolling. Bernhardt takes a snap. He's going to pass this one. Gets this one to Heimbach. Heimbach holding on to the football. Gets to maybe the 11-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd down. 35 seconds is where the clock shows. Head coach Jeff Thomas, he wants the crew to run. That's a good strat. Well, he's going to slow down. There's a little bit of confusion there. A little bit of confusion there on the UPS offense. So head coach Jeff Thomas, he wants to get some composure. Call timeout. 31 seconds remaining. So UPS has 1 timeout remaining. They do not. The ball is spotted at the 11. They got to get a first down to the 6. They've been playing the short game all this series, and they've been very successful at it. But one thing with UPS, every receiver out there has good hands, and every receiver out there runs the solid routes, whether it's a post or whether it's a screen pass. They know where to get to. But right now the key is you'd love to get in the end zone. You would definitely take a first down. But for one thing, another thing with UPS, sometimes they're better. Sometimes they're better when they've got an extra 10 yards. Light player running off of the field there for George Fox. Skylar Rayburn only had 12 on the field there for the Bruins. In the meantime, we've got 2nd and 5. Call it 33 seconds remaining in the game. Bernhardt takes the snap. He looks to his right. He's scrambling to his right. He's going to pass this one off. It is caught. No, they're going to say incomplete. They're going to say that Goldeisen was out of bounds with the incompletion. The fans here at Baker Stadium do not like it. Here's a replay. I think that's a good call. I think that Goldeisen's foot was on the out of bounds. So I actually do think that was a good call. This live stream broadcast being produced by Bates Technical College. So good job by the crew for the good replay there. 3rd and 5 for UPS. 26 seconds remaining. Bruins are bringing the blitz. Pass is caught by Day. He caught it at the 3-yard line. That's a first down. The clock has stopped. 20 seconds remaining. The clock is stopped. But UPS will spike the ball at the 4. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal. So UPS going to get. They've got a lot of time here. They have a timeout. Bernhardt could do a sneak. There's always that option with that timeout. That one timeout is very, very valuable. So 2nd down and goal after the spike. Bernhardt again in the shotgun formation. Ball is spotted at the 4. Empty set. 3 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Bernhardt with the snap. The pass is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Jewel Day. That brings up 3rd and goal. With 3rd and goal, just a friendly reminder, you can run the football because you have a timeout. So we'll see what UPS has in store for us here. 3rd and goal, ball at the 4-yard line. Bernhardt again in the shotgun formation, takes the snap. He's going to throw it up high in the air. A little holding back there. There's going to be a flag. Ball was intercepted out of bounds by Lucas Schwinn. A lot of contact. And I think that's going to be a penalty, I believe, against George Fox. We'll see what the call is. Pass interference is the call against the Bruins. So that will spot the ball at the 2-yard line. It'll make it 1st and goal from there. However, you've got 11 seconds. You have 1 timeout. And again, it's going to be Bernhardt's going to be in the shotgun formation. He's got Silas Washington next to him. He's going to pass this one off. Ball is going to be caught. You got to call timeout here. Ball was caught there by Goldeisen, but he was not in the end zone. He ends up getting back to the line of scrimmage, so head coach Jeff Thomas had no choice but to use his last timeout. So we have 6 seconds remaining. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. 6 seconds remaining. It's 2nd down and goal. Ball is at the 3-yard line. Now the other question here, I've seen Jeff Thomas, there's no consideration for the field goal at all. They're down 3 points. They could go for the field goal, but he's going for the win. He wants to win this thing. So down 3 points, doesn't want to play overtime, wants to go for the win right here. He's got the weapons on offense to do it, and you can feel the momentum. You got the entire house on their feet. The George Fox fans, the UPS fans, everybody is on their feet. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We got 6 seconds, so barring a penalty, you have to figure this will probably be the last play unless it's a quick pass that's incomplete. So Bernhardt's in the shotgun formation. He's got Washington to his left. He's got 3 receivers to his right and 1 receiver to his left. He's looking to his left. Passes this one incomplete. And that one, there only took 2 seconds off the clock. Only took 2 seconds off the clock, so they have time for another play, and that is going to bring on place kicker Alex Everett. Alex Everett is on to attempt the field goal here. Looks like UPS is short 1 player at the line of scrimmage, so they get Douglas Craig to come onto the field late. They still have 9 seconds on the play clock. Now they can relax. If they get a penalty, it's not the end of the world. This will be a 20-yard field goal. Good snap. The kick is on its way. The kick is good. And ladies and gentlemen, we have overtime here at Baker Stadium. UPS and George Fox are all tied up at 17 at the end of regulation. We are headed to overtime. We'll take a quick timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, and kissed them all soundly, and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
We are in overtime here at Baker Stadium. George Fox and UPS all tied up at 17. This has been a tremendous game by both squads, and you may as well keep going. It's been that good. So right now the captains are going to meet at midfield, and they will do a coin toss. You want to play defense first if you end up winning the coin toss. Typically you want to get defense first, so then you know what you have to do offensively. Each team will get the football at the 25-yard line, and the team that wins the toss gets to choose whether they want offense or defense. The other team gets to choose which side of the field they want to play on. It's been a fun game this afternoon. No one's run away with anything. It started out with UPS had a Silas Washington 3-yard touchdown run to open the first quarter. George Fox responded. They had a 1-yard Sheffy quarterback keeper. That tied the game up at 7. Santoni hit a 33-yard field goal. Okay, well, George Fox ends up winning the toss, so they will elected to play defense first. They are going to be going to the east side of the stadium, so they'll be on the far right. So UPS will start with the football. But Santoni hit a 33-yard field goal. UPS responded. Ended up getting a 31-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Xavier Hebner. Then George Fox ended up getting a interception there, they got an interception with 5:54 remaining in the game. That was huge. Evan Nelson got a 6-yard touchdown pass. That made it 17-14. And then Alex Everett just hit a field goal, and that's where we stand, 17-17 here in overtime. This is overtime number 1. So, first down and 10. Bernhardt has his pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. He was hit as he was throwing. Ball goes incomplete. That will bring up second down and 10 now for the Loggers. Head coach Jeff Thomas gives instructions to his quarterback crew, and they throw in the signals into Rutledge Nick Bernhardt. So Nick Bernhardt, 2nd down and 10 in the shotgun formation, empty set, looks to his right. He's trying to pass this one, trying to find Heimbach. Pass was incomplete, and that will bring up 3rd down and 10. Now, where the ball currently stands at the 25, you would figure it'd be 4-down territory, but for UPS, you want to try to get forward. You'd love to get a touchdown, but you got to move the chains. That's really, really critical. So 3rd down and 10. Again, an empty set for Bernhardt. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Has 18 on the play clock. Ends up snapping the football with 10 seconds. Going to pass this one off. Ball is caught there. Colin Heimbach with the reception inside the 15-yard line, and that moves the chains. That's a big 1st down for UPS. Heimbach gets the ball to the 13-yard line, a 12-yard gain on the play. Nicely done. Good concentration by Heimbach. So 1st and 10. Pass out to A.J. Johnson. Johnson trying to get to the outside. Get to the outside. Inside. Is he in? They're going to say he is down at the 1-yard line. Oh, boy, that was close. A.J. Johnson does get another 1st down. Got inside the 1 as we get a look at the replay. Got on the outside, keeps in bounds, gets hit, and yeah, he did not quite get the football across the end zone there. So inside the 1, 1st and goal for UPS. So UPS will be in their tight formation. Bernhardt's going to hand this one off. Silas Washington, is he in? Is Washington in? Touchdown! UPS! The officials ran forward to double check it, and then they give the touchdown signal. Now we have a penalty afterwards. I don't know what the penalty is, but the touchdown should stand, but that penalty could be significant if it impacts the extra point. Actually, it's going to be significant it could impact the extra point. It could also impact where George Fox starts with the football. So this is a big play here. I mean, the other X factor is if it's against George Fox, it could potentially back them up, or it could potentially make UPS think about going for 2. Officials are still talking it over. Silas Washington just went right up the gut and got into the end zone. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game for Silas Washington. He's having a tremendous game this afternoon. Officials still talking things over. We'll see here what the explanation is. Officials are going over to talk to head coach Jeff Thomas. And they're also talking to head coach Chris Casey as well. But there's been no official signal from the referee. So here we go.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 74 of the offense. George Fox has elected to take the foul on their 1st down possession after the try.
Okay, so George Fox had the option of taking the foul here or on their possession. So they will get the football with incredible field position when they get it. In the meantime, Alex Everett in to attempt the extra point. He hit a 20-yard field goal to end regulation to send us into overtime. Heimbach is going to be the holder. High snap, kick is on its way. Kick looks good. Kick is good. That will make the score 24-17. We'll take a quick timeout. This is Loggers Football. Today's broadcast is being produced by Bates Technical College.
Hi, I'm Smokey Cole Bear, filling in because for 75 years, Smokey only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Meanwhile, the song was wrong. We did start the fire. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Yeah, welcome back. First down and 10 for George Fox. They have the ball at the 12-yard line. The penalty was marked off on that play, so they get the ball inside the 15. They end up gaining about 4 yards on that play, so it's second down and 6. Now the ball is at the 9-yard line. The Bruins have to score a touchdown. If UPS can get a turnover, the ball game is over. If UPS stops them on downs, the ball game is over. But let's cross that bridge when we get there. Second down and 6. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Sheffy in the shotgun formation, looking to pass. Pass is complete. And the ball crosses the end zone for a touchdown. Leon Johnson III gets the touchdown. Call it a 9-yard touchdown. And we are one extra point away from going to a second overtime. This is a critical extra point. Jason Santonio is in to do the kick. UPS has blocked one field goal. UPS head coach Jeff Thomas is going to take a timeout to give Mr. Santonio another moment to think about it. So Silas Washington scored for UPS to start overtime. UPS unfortunately got an unsportsmanlike penalty after that touchdown. They made the extra point, so that made it 24-17. Sheffy just found Leon Johnson III with a 9-yard touchdown reception. It is now 24-23. If this extra point is no good or blocked, the game is over. This is a huge extra point. Jason Santoni has not missed an extra point all season long. You can hear the Baker Stadium faithful making as much noise as they can. Good snap, good hold. The kick is on its way. No good! UPS wins! 24-23! The extra point was wide right, and the Loggers will win their Northwest Conference opener by a point, 24-23. An absolutely incredible game this afternoon at Baker Stadium. It was a good snap. The kick, it was a good kick, but he just pushed it wide right. And it was a strong leg. He had the distance from a long ways. It's a crushing loss for the Bruins, and it's a tremendous victory for UPS as they win in overtime, 24-23. An outstanding game. Unbelievable. UPS wins this by a fingernail out there, 24-23. A great game all around. You got to give a lot of credit. Nick Bernhardt played his heart out that afternoon, and UPS ends up getting a key turnover, a 31-yard fumble recovery by Xavier Hebner for the touchdown. That was a huge part of the game. They get the game into overtime after Alex Everett hits the 20-yard field goal. And give a lot of credit to the UPS coaching staff. Head coach Jeff Thomas and his crew did a remarkable job. They kept their composure throughout, called the field goal at the end of the game. They easily could have gone for a touchdown and tried to win it at the end of regulation. Who knows what happens? But the rule is you go for the tie at home and you go for the win on the road. UPS, they know they've got the Baker Stadium faithful behind them. A tremendous game this afternoon. I do want to thank Director of Communication Gregor Walls. I want to thank audio producer Rebecca Harrison. And today's director is Ken Whitko. I'm John Hammergren. This is Loggers Football. Today's broadcast was produced by Bates Technical College.